Hey there, sleepy travelers. Tonight, we're not going anywhere far, just deeper than dreams, deeper than thoughts. We're diving into the quiet engine room of your mind, the subconscious. It's the night shift worker of your brain, pulling levers and pressing buttons while your conscious self takes a nap. So, grab a blanket, dim the lights, and let's explore what hums beneath the surface. Think of your mind as an iceberg. The part you see, the conscious, is just the shiny tip glistening in the sun. Beneath that calm surface lies the vast, unseen subconscious, stretching deep and wide, silently holding everything you've ever felt, seen, or thought about but forgot. It's like your brain's attic, dusty, cluttered, but full of treasures and secrets you didn't know you kept. Scientists estimate that about 95% of your brain's work happens there, in that hidden world. Your subconscious is like an overworked backstage crew, controlling your heartbeat, breathing, digestion, posture, everything, while your conscious mind gets all the applause for simply thinking. The real star of the show never steps into the spotlight. It's humbling, really. We like to think we're in control, that every decision we make comes from logic and reason. But in truth, the subconscious is already 3 steps ahead, whispering suggestions, nudging instincts, deciding before we even realize there was a choice. Your conscious mind is the narrator. Your subconscious is the scriptwriter. It remembers what you forget. It learns while you sleep. It notices tiny details your waking mind misses, like a detective working silently behind the curtain. That's why sometimes, when you suddenly solve a problem or get a gut feeling, it's not magic. It's your subconscious knocking, saying, "Hey, I've been working on this for hours." The subconscious is tireless. It never switches off, never takes a day off, never asks for recognition. It's the silent pilot of your life, steering every moment, while you're busy worrying about emails and lunch plans. And yet, without it, you wouldn't even remember how to breathe. If you've made it this far into the night, you're already halfway to dreaming. So before we go deeper, take a breath. Feel the quiet hum in your chest. That's your subconscious, doing its eternal work. It's the calm rhythm beneath every thought, every heartbeat. So, if you enjoy these soft dives into the mysteries of the mind, tap that like button or share your thoughts below. It helps other sleepy wanderers find their way here, too. For now, just relax, let the noise fade, and let your subconscious take the wheel. Welcome to your own hidden world. Ever wondered what's going on beneath the surface when you make a choice? It's like the ocean while you're frolicking in the waves. There's a whole underwater world of currents swirling about. Your subconscious is a whiz at decision-making, prepping way before you even catch a whiff of what you're about to choose. You might think you're the captain here, but it's your subconscious that has been plotting the course all along. Imagine the shock when scientists discovered that your brain fires up a symphony of subconscious activity, several seconds ahead of you, deciding anything. Talk about a plot twist. Brain scans reveal that your conscious mind is more like a narrator at a play, relaying decisions made long before they hit the spotlight. Think of it as a seamless collaboration where your subconscious is the crafty playwright, writing a script that your conscious mind reads on cue. This doesn't mean you've lost your grip on free will. Instead, it's like realizing you may not be the star of the show as you thought. Your subconscious is like a behind-the-scenes crew, collecting clues from your past experiences and emotions, and then serving them up like gourmet meals that your conscious mind believes it just whipped together. It feels instant, yet it's been simmering nicely just below the surface. And it gets even wilder when you realize that this brainy backstage crew never clocks out. Oh no, while you blissfully snooze away, your subconscious takes over like a nocturnal superhero. It's on high alert, scanning for any hint of danger. You're off dreaming sweet dreams, while your subconscious is guarding your fortress, sorting through memories, and deciding what shall remain epic and what can fade into the background. Have you ever puzzled over those dreams that make no sense? Blame it on your subconscious working overtime, crafting surreal stories from your daily mishaps. It's like a movie director merging scenes that never quite made it to the cutting room floor. Those little thoughts and worries get tangled together, creating a tapestry of wacky narratives that make you chuckle or sometimes wake up in a cold sweat. But let's not forget the unsung hero, the body. Your subconscious is the one ensuring your heart beats like a drum, your lungs keep up the rhythm, and temperature regulation stays on point. Who knew sleep was less about catching Z's and more about your brain running a marathon? It's like a secret night shift where the conscious mind takes a breather and the subconscious rolls up its sleeves to keep everything in check. So, when you awake each morning, you're not just opening your eyes, You're stepping into a world of refined skills and freshly adjusted moods. The night might seem quiet, but oh boy, it's anything but that. Your subconscious has been busy, doing all the heavy lifting while you were off in dreamland. Talk about an impressive magical performance behind closed curtains. As you step into the world each day, remember, it's not just you. There's a whole lab of subconscious wonders working tirelessly under the surface. While you enjoy the sparkly bits of life, there's an entire unseen mechanism at play, allowing you to feel in control, when really, you've got a riveting support system counting on hours of hard work. Isn't the mind a wacky, yet delightful, enigma? Picture yourself tying your shoes, an action so commonplace you hardly think about it. And that's the beauty of habits. Once a task is repeated enough times, it strolls right into the subconscious, transforming into an automatic routine. This nifty little trick saves brain power, allowing you to focus on more pressing matters, like wondering why your roommate keeps stealing your snacks. Yet, it's a double-edged sword because breaking those habits can feel like battling a dragon. Enter the realm of the subconscious, where judgment takes a back seat, and all repeated actions ride the highway of routine. It's like having a loyal but stubborn dog, content to fetch the same stick day after day. Change requires introducing a shiny new stick. Creating fresh patterns can feel challenging. It's like trying to teach an old dog a dazzling new trick. You'll have to practice, practice, practice until the new habits bark just as loudly as the old ones. The subconscious is a powerhouse, processing millions of signals while your conscious mind is busy deciding which show to binge next at any given moment. You may only allow yourself to observe a few sensations like your friend's annoying laugh or that suspicious itch on your back. Meanwhile, your subconscious acts like an efficient backstage crew at a Broadway show, tirelessly tracking every bit of input, from the faint hum of background conversations to the shifting of your foot in uncomfortable shoes. Imagine standing in a crowded subway, ears filled with random yapping and feet shuffling like a mismanaged dance rehearsal. Your conscious brain zeroes in on a select few voices, mostly your own complaints about how hot it feels. But rest assured, your subconscious is like a vigilant guardian, quietly cataloging what matters and ready to sound the alarm for anything unusual. It's working tirelessly, all while you're focused on your next Instagram post, a true multitasker. Childhood experiences mark the subconscious like a tattoo, and not the cute kind. These formative years lay down tracks that'll shape and define your behaviors for decades. Think of your brain during this time as a sponge soaking up information and forming connections at lightning speed. Whether it's developing a love for rainbow sprinkles or a lifelong aversion to broccoli, these early encounters become the tapestries of your subconscious mind. Now, consider the delightful irony of it all. The subconscious can work both for you and against you. It's all about which tracks you lay down as you grow. Those early years can be a buffet of experiences, serving up indulgent helpings of greatness or bitter bites of bad habits. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to keep adding more positive habits to the menu, turning those cringe-worthy moments into empowering stories. Every daily ritual, whether it's sipping coffee on the porch or scrolling through your phone, is a little testament to the ongoing saga of your subconscious. It's like a hidden scriptwriter, constructing scenes from the everyday drama of life. You may think you're just surviving the routine, but behind the curtain, a lively play is unfolding, where the subconscious takes charge of the action, reinforcing what gets repeated and subtly reshaping what needs to change. So here's the takeaway. Your subconscious is a quirky yet reliable friend that holds on to every little detail. Whether you like it or not, it's running the show backstage, managing all the little things while you confidently strut your stuff on the front stage of life. With just a sprinkle of awareness and a dash of new habits, you can create a blockbuster of a life filled with promising routines, all thanks to that busy little subconscious continuing its great work. Imagine your brain as a quirky little attic filled with treasures you don't even know you have. That attic is home to your implicit memories, the delightful remnants of our childhood that don't quite get the limelight. They're like those dusty old photo albums containing snapshots of comfort, fear, and neglect, which shape our future thoughts and emotions. You may not remember your first tantrum over broccoli, but your subconscious sure does. Those early days of being cuddled or thrown into chaos can stick with you, acting like little emotional bookmarks. If you were soothed every time you cried, trust could be your superpower. On the flip side, if your crib was more of a roller coaster ride, anxiety could invade like an uninvited guest. Psychologists call these vibes emotional imprints, a fancy term for the feelings we collect like Pokemon cards from babyhood. And trust me, those memories love to play hide and seek. Now, let's not forget how your subconscious is like a Jedi master at spotting trouble. You're walking through the woods, enjoying nature, when suddenly bam, a twig snaps. Your heart does the cha-cha, your eyes widen, and voila, adrenalized action mode. This isn't you going, what could that be? No, your subconscious slaps a big red danger sign on the situation before you even have a chance to contemplate if it's just Bambi or a rogue bear. Talk about being prepared to sprint away, or at least take a selfie if you can manage it. This quick draw response is all thanks to specialized brain circuits crafted over millions of years. They'd been programmed to help us dodge that proverbial saber-toothed tiger lurking behind the bushes. Sure, sometimes you'll jump at that innocent stick thinking it's a snake. And sorry, stick, but you lose out. But hey, better to scream at a stick than be dinner for an actual predator. In this ballet of brain activity, your subconscious takes the lead, wielding safety first, like a trusty shield. Accuracy takes a back seat. This ancient guardian is like the mighty knight in shining armor, ready to sweep in and wield its sword of instinct before consciousness even gets a whiff of what's happening. Our early years taught our brain this dance because survival isn't about being the most precise. It's about being quick on your feet. Not only is the subconscious a guardian, but it's also a secret creative genius. You know those moments when you suddenly nail a brilliant idea while shampooing? That's your subconscious kicking into gear, processing connections behind the scenes like a master chef whipping up an unexpected soup. Who knew that lathering up could lead to life-changing insights? It's like your subconscious is throwing together a surprise party and then reveals the cake when you least expect it. That melody you hummed during those sleepless nights, or that groundbreaking concept that struck while on a gallivanting stroll. Yep, those juicy nuggets are all thanks to your subconscious cooking up ideas like a caffeinated squirrel on a quest for acorns. It's the brain's way of connecting dots that we didn't even know were there. And just when you're about to lose faith in your brain's creativity, boom, a breakthrough. So next time you find yourself lost in thought while doing mundane tasks, remember, your hidden mind is working a full-time job. Juggling memories and crafting brilliance, it's the perfect blend of guardian and artist, turning moments of tranquility into bursts of inspiration that pop up just when you need them. After all, life's a wild ride, and your subconscious is the charming sidekick, ready to keep you safe and help you shine one unexpected idea at a time. Imagine your conscious mind like an over-caffeinated detective trying to solve a whodunit while the subconscious plays an undercover agent in the background. This crafty little part of you is busy creating connections, drawing from a treasure trove of memories, experiences, and feelings to connect the dots that your actively pondering mind just can't seem to grasp. It's like having a secret weapon for inspiration that bursts into awareness when you least expect it. Like finding that missing sock in the laundry, only to realize it was hiding in your subconscious depths all along. Psychologists call this magical moment of revelation incubation, but we might as well call it the great mental bake-off. You mix up your thoughts, step away, maybe go grab a snack, and suddenly, bam, the best idea pops into your head. Artists, writers, and inventors are masters at this game, giving their brain time to marinate in ideas once they actually step back and let the subconscious take over. It's like letting dough rise. It needs a little time to cook before it becomes something delicious. Now, let's slip into the realm of subliminal cues, where your subconscious has a VIP pass that you never even knew about. Think of those fleeting images or whisper soft words that flicker by like a car on a racetrack. They zoom past your conscious attention but still find their way to your subconscious. They may not knock on the front door of your awareness, but they certainly sneak in through the back to influence your mood and preferences like sneaky little ninjas. Imagine an almost invisible background sound making you feel just a bit more awake, while a faint whiff of chocolate suddenly has you craving dessert, cookie or brownie. Experiments have shown these unnoticed stimuli can sway your behavior, but don't get any wild ideas. They could nudge you only so far, like a friend urging you to try something new at dinner. They whisper suggestions, but you still get to choose your adventure. All of this makes for a wild tapestry of experiences, where life is like an intricate mosaic filled with hidden inputs, shaping your thoughts and feelings, almost like invisible threads weaving their way into your daily narrative. Even when you think you've turned a blind eye to something, your subconscious snatches it up, tucking it away like a secret stash of candy, ready to burst forth at unexpected moments and add color to your choices and emotions later on. Ever heard about micro-expressions? Your face takes on a life of its own, revealing your innermost thoughts in less time than it takes to say oops. A quick twitch of anger, a flicker of surprise, or a flash of joy can zip across your mug in a heartbeat. Managed by your subconscious like a director in a silent film, these tiny glimpses of emotion happen too fast for your conscious mind to sculpt or navigate. But don't underestimate the sneaky power of your inner self. If your face could talk, it would spill secrets faster than a gossip columnist. Those micro-expressions slide across your face so quickly that even you might not catch them. It's like having a backstage pass to your emotional state without realizing the show is happening at all. This quirky interplay between the conscious and subconscious is both mesmerizing and slightly terrifying. It's like realizing your brain is throwing a surprise party and you weren't even invited. So the next time you're mulling over a tricky problem and you just can't seem to crack it, give yourself that mental break. Trust that while you're out taking a stroll or sipping that well-deserved coffee, your subconscious is hard at work in the background, concocting solutions faster than a rapid-fire cooking show. Who knows? You might just return to find that all the best solutions were simmering right beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to serve themselves up on a silver platter. Isn't it funny how our faces can be such terrible liars? While you might think a forced smile can mask irritation, those little squinty eye movements don't lie. They flesh out like neon signs revealing our true feelings. It's like our very own emotional communication system working overtime, ensuring that even the slickest deceiver can't hide their thoughts completely. Who knew honesty had its own set of expressions? Consider this: every chat we have is a layered cake. There's the spoken word, which is like the frosting sweet and enticing. But then comes the hidden story that flickers across our faces like a poorly tuned television, revealing our emotions in real time. Just when you think you're having a perfectly pleasant chat, your friend's furrowed brow says otherwise. Talk about plot twists. Posture plays its own sneaky role in our emotional show. Our bodies react to feelings before our minds have even caught a whiff of what's going on. Feeling anxious, those shoulders start creeping up towards your ears, forming a protective shell before your brain says danger. It's almost as if our bodies have their own agenda, responding to emotions like a well-rehearsed dance routine. And then there's joy, when the thrill hits. It's like your chest is suddenly being pumped full of helium. Shoulders back, chin up. Who needs a pep talk when your body is already throwing a mini party on its own? Our posture is like a lively conversation with our inner selves, translating inner happiness into outward signs before we even notice any of it happening. But hold on, it's not all one-sided. Our posture can also flip the script. Ever heard of power poses? Stand tall like a superhero, and soon enough, you're feeling like one. Relax your shoulders, and the panic fades just like magic. It's as if there's a secret code shared between our bodies and subconscious that allows us to influence our emotional landscape simply by the way we hold ourselves. Talk about a very sophisticated two-way street. It's not just about feeling first and acting later. Sometimes the act prompts a feeling, a wild tango between mind and body. It's like your subconscious is a delicate translator, making sure emotions are not just felt, but physically expressed in a way that's visible even when you're blissfully unaware of your own performance. Now, for a quick reality check. Your subconscious is basically a paranoid squirrel. It's continuously scanning the environment for any sign of danger, even when you're just lounging around sipping a cool drink. Go ahead, zone out, and daydream. Your overactive brain will be there, eyes peeled, analyzing every little movement or sound. Danger. What kind of adventure awaits next? This hypervigilance is like a relic from our ancestors, who didn't have the luxury of unlocking their phones instead of fleeing predators. Back in the day, spotting a sneaky saber-tooth was a matter of life or death. Our inner watchdog is still hard at work, reminding us that being alert isn't just for the thrill seekers, but hardwired into our brains, keeping us safe in this wild world. Isn't it wild how our subconscious plays the role of an ever-vigilant watchman? It's like having a personal security guard who's on duty 24/7. While you're engrossed in your latest TikTok scrolling session, it's there, filtering every sound and shadow with the intensity of a hawk on a caffeine high. You might get a twinge of unease, or that curious feeling as if someone's watching you. Spoiler alert, it's just your subconscious. Picture this: Your gut feeling is like an internal alarm system. When something feels off, it's not just your appetite for pizza talking, it's your subconscious doing its job. It churned through all those patterns, it's stored like an emotional algorithm, sending out hunches that often feel downright uncanny. It's as if your intuition has that magic 8-ball quality, but way more sophisticated and less reliant on plastic. You know that moment when a doctor just seems to know what's wrong before even a symptom is confirmed. Or when you watch a chess master make a move so brilliant it makes you question your life choices. That's the subconscious flexing its muscles. It works rapidly behind the scenes, drawing upon a hefty archive of past experiences, like a data analyst with a PhD in feelings. The conscious mind is just along for the ride, baffled by the accuracy of it all. Ever had a whiff of something that threw you straight back to Grandma's kitchen? That's the olfactory system, pulling the ultimate time travel stunt. One sniff of freshly baked cookies, and boom, you're a kid again, debating whether to swipe a cookie before it's cool. This is because smell slices through all the mental filters, linking up directly with memory and emotions in ways the other senses can only dream of. The remarkable part is, these smells work faster than your ability to realize what's happening. You can suddenly feel an unknown surge of comfort or nostalgia hit you square in the chest, like a surprise party you didn't ask for, and you have no idea why. Perhaps that's why we often joke that nostalgia is just another word for smell, right? Well, almost, like a wizard casting spells. Your brain can conjure memories from the depths with just a single sniff. It's fascinating how something as simple as the smell of rain can instantly remind you of childhood puddle jumping adventures. The connection between sense and memories is a fluke of biology that hits the emotional jackpot, making you feel all the feels before you even pinpoint who's throwing the party. This intricate wiring between smells and your psyche underscores how deeply connected our experiences can be. You can feel a rush of excitement triggered by familiar scents that make your heart skip a beat. Suddenly, you're swimming in a sea of emotion, spiraled into a comforting nostalgia or perhaps a tinge of worry, depending on the smell. It's a powerful reminder that some things are best felt rather than understood, don't you think? So next time you catch a whiff of something that tugs at your heartstrings or gives you the heebie-jeebies, take a moment to appreciate your subconscious at work. It's like having a magical memory vault that knows just the right key to unlock your past and send you on a roller coaster ride of feelings. Isn't it amazing how the brain operates in such quirky, wonderful ways? Just another day with your mysterious sidekick keeping you company. Remember that moment when the smell of freshly baked cookies hits you and suddenly you're 10 years old. Sneaking into the kitchen, that's the P phenomenon in action. Named after the legendary Marcel P, your brain silently stores these sensory experiences, waiting to unleash a whole flood of memories as soon as the right aroma wafts by. It's like your nose is a time machine, sending you back to simpler, sweeter days. Now, let's talk about muscle memory. You know that feeling when you hop on a bike after years and suddenly, the pedals just glide under your feet? That's not just pure luck. It's your subconscious working its magic. Those complex skills, riding bikes, typing, or jamming on a guitar hustle their way into our brains until we no longer have to overthink every little twist and turn. It's like autopilot for physical activities. Being in the zone is a phrase we hear often, especially from athletes and musicians. They describe a state where conscious thought takes a back seat, leaving the subconscious to drive the show. When you're knee-deep in a song or scoring goals, it feels as if the universe has synced your movements with an invisible rhythm. Changes happen in the mind's hidden circuits, making everything flow smoother than butter on a hot pancake. Here's a fun tidbit. Muscle memory isn't hanging out in your muscles. It's all about your brain. Yep, those clever little neural circuits whip movement into shape, so it appears almost instinctive. Once your brain gets a grip on how to ride that bicycle or play that catchy tune, it locks it in there. And even if you put it away for a while, rest assured, it'll feel like second nature when you return. What about competition? Imagine an athlete in the heat of the game, with mere milliseconds to react. That tennis player smashing back a lightning-fast serve isn't deliberating. Their subconscious takes the reins. The reflexes kick in way faster than conscious thought could ever manage. It's like having a personal assistant whispering the perfect moves while you're busy sweating bullets. After heaps of practice, those neural circuits are honed to perfection. It's almost like an osmosis of skill, hours of training, and then, boom, when you need to react, your body is already 10 steps ahead, moving on instinct. You'll hear athletes claim they're reacting without thinking. It's almost as if they've got a mystical superhero inside them, guiding their moves. But hold your horses. It's not magic. It's just good old neuroscience. The subconscious is responsible for that exhilarating speed, managing timing with all the finesse of a circus juggler. While you might obsess over every detail later, in the moment, this brain partnership means your physical prowess outpaces your mental chatter. So, grab that guitar, hop on that bike, or lace up those running shoes. Embracing the blend of conscious learning and subconscious automation could spark your inner superstar. Who knows, one day, you might be the one dodging tennis serves like a pro, or belting out power chords without breaking a sweat. The possibilities are endless, guided by that delightful secret agent in your brain. In the realm of dreams, your subconscious hosts a wild, late-night party where all unresolved ideas and memories gather. Think of it as a chaotic experiment where fragments of your day, hidden fears, and unspoken desires dance together in strange and vivid narratives. What seems like a simple movie played while you snooze is really your brain's way of cobbling together unfinished business from your waking hours. Picture this: you're being chased by a giant marshmallow, or perhaps you find yourself flying over a candy-coated landscape. Sounds random, right? But hold on to your pillows. These bizarre adventures often represent stressful events or uncracked dilemmas, creatively disguised. Your subconscious is like a quirky artist, reworking the canvas of your mind to confront those pesky problems that have been too shy to come out during the day. In the dreamscape, logic takes a back seat, no rules apply. The laws of the waking world can't hold down this imaginative beast, allowing your mind to experiment with scenarios that would normally make you scoff over your morning coffee. It's a glorious playground where emotions are processed, memories get organized, and creative spark plugs ignite. Who needs sleep when you can have an interdimensional brain workshop instead? But here's the kicker. Not every single dream is a deep dive into your psyche's hidden fears. Some are merely quirky little glimpses into the invigorating chaos of your mind. In the swirling colors and strange symbols, your brain is shuffling the puzzle pieces, trying to find the missing corner piece that makes everything just click. So next time you wake up from a wild ride, know that your subconscious was just busy working overtime. Speaking of accessing the treasure trove of your subconscious, ever heard of hypnosis? It's like giving your conscious mind a comfy seat while your subconscious takes center stage. During this enchanting experience, the chatter of your daily thoughts quiets down, allowing those hidden layers to come out and play. It's like tuning into a radio station that plays your inner jams without the static interference of your everyday worries. The magic of hypnosis lies in its ability to speak sweet nothings directly to your subconscious. Under its soothing spell, suggestions can glide in effortlessly, influencing how you perceive things, feel sensations, or even alter your behavior. It's not a sinister mind control scenario from the movies, more like a gentle nudge to help you steer your own ship. Picture it. Someone under hypnosis isn't hypnotized into a trance. Instead, they're simply in a focused state where their mind is more open to new pathways. It's like your subconscious is saying, "All right, let's explore the back alleys of your mind." In this openness, behaviors that were once etched in stone can shift, and long-held habits can be lightly brushed aside, making way for change. It gets even better. Hypnosis reveals how much of your behavior is orchestrated by those unseen processes bubbling just below the surface. With the right cues and a sprinkle of guidance, you can nudge those processes like a barista turning the dial on the espresso machine. You'll find that the depths of your mind are a malleable wonderland, ready to shift and shape in response to a little directed attention. So, the next time you think about the quirky dreams you had last night, or wonder how hypnosis could help you conquer that fear of public speaking, remember that your subconscious is always at work. It's writing scripts, crafting narratives, and editing what comes out of your mouth before you even get a chance to say it. Now that's some clever editing magic happening behind the scenes. Words are a funny thing, aren't they? They tumble out of our mouths like they've been rehearsed in front of a mirror, making us feel like eloquent orators. But behind that dazzling facade lurks a busy little worker bee, your subconscious, prepping the speech squad. It's on the job, running grammar checks and tone audits, making sure you don't sound like a confused toddler at a job interview. On some days though, that sneaky subconscious gets a little too cocky, you know. Those moments when you blurt out a word that makes absolutely no sense. Yep, that's the subconscious waving a tiny white flag. It's like your brain started a sentence and halfway through decided to throw Those tiny slip-ups are like peekaboo windows into the hidden world of your mind, a place where language is shaped and reshaped in real time. Like some avant-garde art installation, speaking fluently and rapidly is nothing short of a magic trick, a sleight of mouth, because while you're babbling on, your subconscious is backstage, frantically drafting, editing, and performing all sorts of mysterious linguistic acrobatics. It's like your brain hired a tiny scriptwriter who's always churning out witty banter, ensuring you sound smooth as butter. And if we don't pay attention, we might just forget that there's a whole invisible process at play. Now, let's hop onto the mind's nutty placebo effect train, but hold on to your hats. Simply believing that a sugar pill is the elixir of life can send your body into a wildly impressive health boogie. Your subconscious swoops in like a trusty sidekick, convincing your brain that healing is just around the corner. Suddenly, you might find yourself waving goodbye to aches, as if they were an ex trying to hit you up for coffee. Funny how even when you know in your noggin that the pill is nothing but a sweetened joke, the subconscious still shouts, "Let's roll with the rituals." Trust and expectation become the magic keys that unlock real, tangible healing. It's a bit like trying to convince yourself to chill while jumping into a freezing pool. You might resist at first, but eventually, you'll just dive in and enjoy the splashes. Speaking of splashes, the subconscious isn't just good with the words on the tip of your tongue, it's also the unsung hero, orchestrating your body's internal symphony. Imagine your heartbeat playing a steady rhythm, your breath flowing like a gentle breeze, all while you're daydreaming about dinner plans or budgeting for your next big splurge. There it is, your subconscious, the behind-the-scenes maestro, juggling all sorts of bodily functions without you even lifting a finger. This bustling little backstage manager runs everything on autopilot: heartbeats, breathing, and even blood pressure like it's on a well-rehearsed schedule. It's like having a top-notch personal assistant who never takes a coffee break, silently keeping tabs on your health while you sip lattes and scroll through social media. Who knew your subconscious was such an overachiever? It reminds us that our health isn't just about pumping iron at the gym or nibbling on kale salads. It's a delightful concoction of physical processes and charming psychological twists. So the next time you're tempted to underestimate the power of belief, take a moment to appreciate that amazing connection between your thoughts and biology. It's a wild ride exploring how your mind affects your body. And you're in for a show that's constantly unfolding. Imagine if every time you inhaled or your heart thumped, you had to micromanage it like your morning coffee, order extra shot, hold the phone. Thankfully, our subconscious is on the job, tirelessly managing these vital functions while we daydream about lunch or plot our weekend plans. It's like having a personal assistant who never takes a break to scroll through their phone. Thank you, subconscious, for keeping the show running smoothly. But wait, here's the fun twist. You can occasionally stealthily nudge the system. Want to chill out? Breathe a little slower. That'll tell your heart to chill as well. Or snag some Zen vibes with meditation. And voila, your blood pressure whispers sweet nothings back to you. Who knew you could throw a wellness party for your body just by focusing on a little inhale and exhale? The conscious mind may kick back, but it's not entirely off duty. And let's not forget those peepers. Our eyes are like tiny, expressive windows into our souls, no curtains allowed. They've got a mind of their own, darting around like they're in a race to find a hidden treasure. Quick movements might scream nervous, while a laser focus just oozes determination. So if you're ever caught staring, you might just be working on your determination game. Nothing awkward about that. Did you know your glance direction could hold buried treasures of memory? Seriously, look up or sideways while trying to unearth a forgotten thought, and you might just hit the jackpot. Your pupils, those little black dots, also have a sneaky way of revealing your interests. They widen when you're intrigued. Think of them as tiny spotlight operators, highlighting what gets your heart racing while shrinking when faced with discomfort. Talk about a complex game of peekaboo. The eyes, with their charming secrets, often tell stories words can't express. There's a whole language happening there, and it's fascinating. A blink here, a glance there, each little moment, like a subtitle in the epic film of your life. So, next time you're chatting and witness someone's pupils dilate, remember, their heart might just be doing a little dance while their mouth is playing coy. Now, let's dive into the eerie realm of déjà vu. It's that spine-tingling moment when you feel like you've hit the rewind button on life. Turns out, this quirky experience might spring from our sneaky subconscious playing tricks with memory. Imagine a sensory signal wandering off down the wrong path and returning, claiming, "I've seen this before." Classic memory mix-up. Another theory suggests déjà vu is like your brain's voice saying, "Hey, remember that time something similar happened back in the old vault of forgotten memories?" It's a wild cocktail of recognition without a recognizable face, like bumping into an old friend but forgetting their name. Your brain's just having a wink and nod moment, blending familiarity with the bizarre. As we straddle the line between conscious thought and subconscious control, our lives become this amusing dance of nuances and signals. How charming that our body is concocting its secret language in the background. So, raise a glass to the subconscious actor and its dazzling role in the great theater of life, where every blink, glance, and heartbeat contributes to the grand performance. Here's to living fully, with all those intricate cues waiting to be uncovered. Déjà vu, what a funny little quirk of the mind. It's like your brain is playing peekaboo with reality, giving you that uncanny feeling of familiarity without a clue as to why. You're all positive you've been in that exact cafe before, sipping that same hazelnut latte. But no, it's just your subconscious playing tricks. It's that waltz between memory and perception, creating illusions that leave us scratching our heads and wondering if we've somehow slipped through a wormhole back to last Tuesday. Now, let's dive into the world of phobias, where our inner alarm system goes haywire. Imagine a fully grown adult melting into a puddle of panic at the mere sight of a furry spider. It's not a ninja assassin, it's a little eight-legged friend. These reactions are like subconscious reruns of horror flicks based on some deep-seated trauma or ancestral survival instincts. Talk about taking protective instincts a bit too far. Flying phobia, oh, don't get me started. You can see a person sweating bullets just contemplating boarding a plane, and all it is just a big, metal bird in the sky. Their subconscious, however, is in full-on panic mode, channeling its inner superhero, convinced there's a villain lurking overhead. Therapy begins to feel like a wacky exposure game, as trained professionals gently coax that unwarranted fear into a vast, serene sleep. It's like a brain boot camp, a little reprogramming to deal with these misplaced alarms. But those sinister phobic triggers have a stubborn home in the subconscious. Like uninvited house guests, they cling tenaciously, manifesting as irrational fears that seem bigger than life. You know, the kind of fear that grabs a hold of someone's insides, making them believe the most mundane of things are lurking in the shadows, ready to pounce. And because so many of these fears are tied to past experiences, it's like a never-ending haunt from your history. Sometimes, it gets even wilder. The subconscious can turn mundane noises into heart-stopping adventures. Picture that creak in the plumbing at 2 a.m. What's that? A lurking intruder? No, just a very angry old house. But our brains are wired for caution, programmed with an age-old bias that shouts, better safe than sorry. Better to mistake a woodpecker for a bear than to ignore the real threat lurking in the underbrush. This system, albeit a tad overzealous, has kept humanity alive for eons, thanks to its evolutionary roots. That ancient survival mode is no walk in the park, as it always prefers to swing the door wide open for a cautionary tale instead of slamming it shut on harmless whispers of life. For our subconscious, even if logic argues there's nothing to fear, it remains convinced all systems must be a go for action. And what's more entertaining, these misfires of the subconscious can also lead to anxiety disorders, where neutral stimuli, like a cat's meow or a perfectly normal jogger, get mistaken for villainous threats. It's like an overzealous bodyguard. It means well, but it can cause quite the ruckus over harmless occurrences, making life a roller coaster ride of emotions. Yet in the midst of all the anxiety and overreactions lies another gem: humor. There's something quite delightful about how our subconscious recognizes the absurdity of a surprise scare, an unexpected creak. Suddenly you're a ninja on a covert mission. Yet a moment later, you're chuckling at the thought of yourself diving for cover from a dust bunny. In the labyrinth of the mind, the subconscious manages to keep things interesting, filled with unexpected twists, turns, and sometimes, let's be real, a few utterly laughable overreactions. Each little quirk and misinterpretation not only reminds us of our instincts, but also gives us something to chuckle about when we look back at our flimsy fears and the crazy lengths our minds will go to protect us. Laughter, oh glorious laughter, it's humanity's quirkiest reflex, popping up at the most unexpected times. Picture this: you're sipping your drink when someone cracks a joke, and before you know it, Your laughter erupts like a surprise party for your insides. Scientists have had a ball theorizing that humor tickles the subconscious by playing with our expectations. It's all about those delightful twists and clever mismatches that make us chuckle like mad. Now, let's talk about the sneaky nature of jokes. Remember that time your friend repeated a punchline and it just fell flat like a bad souffle? That's the thing. Humor tends to deflate quickly once it becomes predictable. Our subconscious needs a little shock and awe to keep the giggles flowing, reveling in the thrill of recognizing a familiar pattern that's been hilariously flipped on its head. So, the next time you get caught off guard by a joke, know that your brain is basically throwing a mini party. Tickling, that delightful and slightly torturous act that hijacks your senses. Surprise sensations dance on your skin, triggering laughter that feels involuntary. Think of it as your subconscious playing peekaboo with your body. Talk about a weird twist. It's also a clear sign that humor and joy spring from this playful inner realm, compelling the brain to reward us for spotting quirks in the fabric of life itself. Who knew tickling could double as a joyride through our senses? Let's shift gears to facial recognition, shall we? Ever spotted a familiar face in a crowd and felt that rush of instant recognition? That's your subconscious flexing its muscles, processing facial features faster than a cheetah on energy drinks. The brain has specialized regions dedicated to such magic. It's practically a VIP lounge for faces. And if those pathways get damaged, you might find yourself playing an unintentional game of guess who in your own social circle, having suffered from prosopagnosia, aka face blindness. The speed of this subconscious facial recognition is a total game changer for social interactions. Imagine trying to navigate a social scene without being able to recognize your friends. It's like being at a blockbuster party where everyone's had their faces swapped. Each smile you recognize is your subconscious showing off its skills, serving those feel-good vibes straight to your conscious mind, allowing you to bask in the glow of familiarity without breaking a sweat. Speaking of seamless social interactions, let's chat about conversational rhythm. Have you ever found yourself syncing up with a friend's speaking pace without even realizing it? It's like an unspoken dance, where the rhythm of your speech flows in harmony. Your subconscious is the DJ here, subtly cueing you to match pauses, tones, and patterns like a true conversational maestro. You might not even notice it's happening, but it's all about creating those smooth, comfy vibes in your exchanges. This marvelous synchronization highlights our brain's innate genius for tracking patterns. It's like having your own personal assistant keeping the conversation flow on point. That effortless transition between topics, the ebb and flow of dialogue, it's your subconscious doing its thing, making sure you're not just talking, but truly connecting. So, the next time you feel your conversational groove kicking in, give a little nod to your invisible brain buddy working behind the scenes. In the end, laughter, recognition, and conversation all bring us together, showcasing the whimsical nature of our subconscious minds. Every chuckle and joyous surprise is a testament to our innate ability to navigate the quirks of life with charm and humor. So, let's embrace those giggles and moments of recognition, allowing our hidden minds to lead the way in this delightful dance of human connection. Imagine a secret little helper in your brain, shaping your conversations without you even noticing. This subconscious mimicry is like an invisible dance, where your voice moves to the rhythm of someone else's, creating a harmonious symphony of connection. Every chat turns into a duet where you may not have rehearsed, but somehow you and your chat partner are singing the same tune, all without a script. Isn't it wild how ridiculously charming our brains are? As you chat, your hands might start to sway, your posture shifts, or your smile mirrors that of your buddy like a playful echo. Without a conscious thought, you may find yourself crossing your arms, leaning forward when they lean, or throwing in a grin just because theirs is so contagious. It's like being in a mini imitation Olympics without the medals. Of course, the magic of this mimicry is not just about the babble, but rather the heartwarming connections it fosters. Think of it as a social superpower that eases awkward moments and makes you feel like you genuinely get each other. Research shows that those who instinctively mirror others create stronger bonds of trust and cooperation. It's like a trust fall, but way less dramatic. You know when you feel a sudden rush of warmth in your cheeks. The classic blush. It's like the body's own episode of surprise. I'm vulnerable. This involuntary reaction often swoops in when you're embarrassed, flustered, or let's be real, feeling a little flirtatious, as if your body is saying, oops, there goes my honesty badge. Surprisingly, you can't just turn blushing on and off like a light switch. Nope. When you're trying to resist the telltale flush, it only makes matters messier, like pouring water on an oil fire. Scientists think this quirky reaction helps us communicate sincerity and a touch of vulnerability in social situations, bridging gaps with a quick flash of color. Can you recall the time you blushed and how you tried to play it cool? Spoiler, it rarely works out. Instead, it's your subconscious stepping in, translating inner emotions into that classic crimson hue that leaves you a little red-faced. It's as if your body is channeling a voice that says, "Hey, I'm human," screaming inside while you try to maintain that calm exterior. Let's take a breather from blushing the shame. Have you ever marveled at how walking seems second nature? Well, guess what? Your subconscious is the unsung hero behind your balance. As you strut down the street or navigate the treacherous terrain of a busy sidewalk, your brain is quietly orchestrating your movements. It's like being the star of a never-ending dance party, without the hangover. So next time you interact, whether you're chuckling with friends or getting a little shy with a crush, pay attention. Your subconscious is crafting the rhythm of your social bonds through shared smiles, subtle gestures, and even those little blushes that spill the beans on your feelings. It's a charming reminder that sometimes our minds work wonders underneath the surface, creating connections that are both invisible and indestructible. Every step you take is a marvel of biomechanics. It's like a finely tuned machine comprising hundreds of muscles, constantly performing a dance, albeit a clumsy one at times. While you chat or daydream, your subconscious is at the helm, navigating curbs and dodging puddles, all while you blissfully saunter through life. And let's not mention how elegantly it flips the switch on balance when you suddenly stumble over nothing. It's a ballet no one sees. Now, let's dive into the hilarity of yawning, an act so deceptively simple, yet packed with the potential to spark a group yawning epidemic. You see a yawn, hear it echoed in a crowded room, or stumble upon it in a book, and bam, you're yawning too. It's the ultimate viral moment. This contagious act stems from our subconscious empathy, where your brain's mirror neurons are like, "Hey, I feel you, buddy. Time for a yawn party." The pitter-patter of human connection doesn't stop there. This contagious yawning phenomenon is particularly pronounced among close friends and family. It's like your brain is sending a heartfelt message. We're in this together. Chimpanzees and dogs join in too, as if they're saying, "Hey humans, I get you." Who knew that a yawn could be the universal symbol of camaraderie? It's a lovely reminder that we are all in sync, even when we're snoozing. But while yawning invites a collective sigh of relief, implicit bias sneaks in like an unwanted guest at a party. It's the subconscious puppeteer pulling strings you didn't even know existed, hidden preferences and associations that lurk in the corners of culture and lived experience. Imagine someone consciously championing equality while subconsciously holding on to old stereotypes. It's like trying to dance with two left feet, awkward and a bit tragic. These biases can dart in and out during decisions about hiring or making friends. You might not realize it, but they manage to influence daily interactions without leaving a trace of their presence. It's sneaky, like that one sock that always vanishes in the laundry. Tests and studies can track this mysterious process, revealing those subtle reaction times that expose the hidden leanings of your brain without uttering a single word. Just think about it. One moment, you're jovially chatting over coffee, and the next, you're unknowingly slipping into a stereotype you never wanted to embrace. While your conscious self high-fives equality, your subconscious is sending a sneak peek to the prejudices lurking beneath the surface. It's a real plot twist in the ongoing saga of social interactions, one that leaves you questioning just how much free will you really have. So, whether you're walking like a pro or yawning your heart out, your subconscious is a busy bee. It orchestrates the delicate choreography of your daily life while tugging at invisible strings of connection. This deep-rooted complexity is what turns movement into a mesmerizing dance and yawning into a charming bonding ritual. It's a wild ride through the intricate landscape of human behavior. Ultimately, it's the unseen threads of our subconscious that weave us all together in this bustling tapestry of life. Yawns, biases, and steps echoing along the pavement encapsulate the rich, vibrant experience of connecting, be it through laughter or shared misunderstanding. Embrace the We've all got our own flavor of humanity. Biases play a sneaky role in our lives, often acting like silent ninjas in the background. They don't always match our conscious values, yet they still manage to shape how we perceive and react to the world. Recognizing these biases is like shining a light on those elusive ninjas. Once we see them, we can start to kick them out, creating a new story where our actions truly reflect our beliefs. Imagine upgrading your brain with some training to retrain your subconscious. Sounds like a sci-fi dream, doesn't it? But it's real, with a focus on awareness. We're talking about reprogramming those automatic associations that have been making themselves comfy in our noggins. It's like swapping out your old, worn-out couch for a sleek, stylish sofa that actually matches your fabulous new decor. Now, let's chat about implicit bias for a hot sec. It's like that hidden force that secretly influences how we behave in social situations. Understanding it is crucial because it brings to light the psychological world we rarely think about. It's the cheeky reminder that knowing yourself means digging deeper than just what you consciously think. It's also about uncovering those feelings you've probably stashed away in the attic of your mind. But wait, here's where it gets fun. Mirror neurons. These brain cells are the ultimate social peacocks. They strut their stuff by firing off when we either perform an action or just watch someone else doing it. So, when you see someone smiling or stumbling, your brain gets a little pick-me-up of their experiences. It's like sharing an unfiltered connection with someone free of awkward small talk, whether it's a child mimicking an adult, or that funny moment when you flinch at someone stubbing their toe. Mirror neurons are getting the job done. They operate in the shadows, crafting a beautiful symphony of empathy and social connection. They're the reason why you catch yourself laughing at a joke before you've even processed it. Your subconscious just can't hold back from joining the party, and the ripple effect doesn't stop there. Ever noticed how accents shift in conversation, or how moods can sweep across a group like a wave? Yep, you guessed it, thank those mirror neurons for their undercover work. They serve as charming little translators between you and the world, allowing your mind to dance along with the emotions and experiences of others without missing a beat. Here's a fun twist. Your subconscious is an absolute whiz at tracking time. You might think you're just lounging around, but your brain is busy managing those minutes and hours like a skilled timekeeper. Ever woken up right when you intended, completely alarm-free? That's your subconscious in action, nudging you awake at the perfect moment, like a considerate butler. Musicians and athletes also get a hefty slice of this subconscious timing pie. They rely on their inner rhythm to pull off those dizzying sequences effortlessly. Forget about counting. Their minds connect with the music or the sport, allowing them to navigate precise timing better than anyone could with those pesky tick-tock sounds of a clock. It's like they've got their own internal metronome guiding them through every beat. Ah, the magic of dreams. So, picture this. You drift off for a power nap, and when you wake up, you feel like you've just returned from a month-long getaway on a tropical island. Scientists say your subconscious is the ultimate time magician, working behind the scenes to keep tabs on biological clocks and those pesky environmental cues. It's like having an in-house DJ, spinning the soundtrack of your slumber, turning short snoozes into epic sagas. But here's the kicker. The conscious mind is all over the place. Your attention pulls and pushes like a toddler at a toy store, while your mood hops on a roller coaster ride. Yet, beneath the chaos, there's this steady, invisible rhythm keeping everything in sync. Your subconscious doesn't bother to tell you the hour, but it ensures your body dances to the beat of time, hidden like a ninja in the background. Talk about an unsung hero. Now, let's talk about an unforgettable quirk. That spine-tingling feeling of being watched. You know the one. You could be minding your business, totally engrossed in your phone, and then, bam, you whip around only to find someone locking eyes with you. Some call it creepy. Scientists suggest it's just your subconscious dialing in on those subtle cues. It's like having your own invisible alarm system detecting the focus of others on you. This isn't mere coincidence. My friend, the magic lies in the depths of your peripheral vision, where your subconscious is busy processing all those tiny movements that dance around the edges of your sight. Your conscious mind is all on the main stage, absorbed in what's right in front of you, but your subconscious is working hard to keep tabs on the whole show. It's basically supporting you like a backstage crew at a rock concert. Imagine being one of our ancient ancestors. No Netflix, no TikTok, just survival mode. Your keen subconscious radar would help you detect whether that rustle was merely the wind or a very hungry predator looking for breakfast. It's a handy feature. Thank you, evolution. Now, in our modern age, While we may not have to dodge saber-toothed tigers, that awareness is still hard at work, preventing potential awkward encounters and ensuring your social game is on point. So when you walk into a crowded room and feel that tingle before you see that interested glance, it's because your subconscious already waved a flag saying, "Hey, someone's checking you out." It's a fascinating phenomenon where your body picks up on social signals long before your deliberate thoughts catch up. You can imagine your subconscious throwing a little party every time it hits the alert button. And while it's doing all that hard work, let's not forget about the ever-watchful eye of your peripheral vision. This is where the magic truly happens. As you focus straight ahead, your subconscious has its detective hat on, scrutinizing everything happening just outside your line of sight. It's like the extra eyes you wish you had, scanning the environment without your conscious okay. And let's be real, this inherent ability can be hilarious. Ever walked into a glass door because you missed that hoot of a shape darting at the edge? Your subconscious was waving furiously. "Look out, buddy." It helps explain why those little movements can grab your attention faster than a celebrity scandal. It's like your built-in evolutionary focus group constantly working to protect you and perhaps deliver a few laughs along the way. In this quirky dance between the conscious and subconscious, it's fascinating to see how we engage with the world around us. While we may think we're in immediate control, underneath it all, your subconscious is the true mastermind, always mindful and ready to alert you, whether there's a predator lurking or just a friend waving across the room. Talk about multitasking at its finest. Imagine you're driving down the road, expertly navigating through a crowd of cars, and suddenly, out of nowhere, a squirrel darts across your path. Your heart races. Thank your subconscious for that little adrenaline rush. It's been on squirrel patrol the whole time. This stealthy guardian continuously absorbs peripheral visuals, quietly guiding your reactions and mood while you blissfully daydream about donuts. Speaking of daydreams, did you know your imagination could pump up your heart rate? Just close your eyes and picture a tiger chasing you through a jungle. Boom, your heart's doing the cha-cha, but visualize a serene beach instead, complete with a gentle breeze and soft waves, and watch your heart follow suit, slowing down as if it's in a relaxing spa. How does this magic happen? The subconscious treats your vivid daydreams as reality and kicks the physiological processes into high gear or lower it, depending on the situation. Now, think about athletes strutting their stuff in the spotlight. They're not just assiduously practicing their moves, they're rehearsing them in their minds, setting the stage for victory. Athletes envision the perfect jump, the ideal swing, or the final sprint to the finish line, and lo and behold, their bodies remember. It's like hitting the gym for the brain, no sweat, just wild imagination that preps them for real-life glory. Meanwhile, therapists are wielding the power of imagery like wizards casting spells for healing. Guided imagery, that's their secret sauce. Patients dive into calming visualization that bypasses the brain's busy traffic, soothing anxieties or dulling pain like butter on a hot biscuit. Consciousness may know these images aren't real, but the subconscious doesn't care. It's all about that knee-jerk reaction and emotional relief. But things get a little dark when we step into the realm of trauma. Those moments of sheer terror can cling to your mind like gum on a shoe, hiding within your subconscious for eons. A simple smell of cinnamon, bam, you're back in your childhood kitchen, grappling with emotions that knock you off your feet. It's wild how our brains hold on to these impressions, shaping our reality in ways we often can't articulate. When those emotional landmines go off unexpectedly, you find yourself knee-deep in nostalgia or angst, all because your subconscious is a hen keeping tabs on past experiences. And whispers of an old song or the laugh of a friend can flash you back to a moment long forgotten, but vividly remembered beneath the surface. Cue the existential crisis. Therapists work to bring these sneaky memories into the light of consciousness, like revealing the secrets of the universe trapped in a locked chest. They aim to help you acknowledge and integrate these buried emotions, transforming emotional rubble into building blocks for a healthier self. It's like a mental house-cleaning fest, and you're finally throwing away those ghostly war stories. So, here we are, weaving through a tapestry of inner thoughts, traumas, and tennis serves, all thanks to a little something called the subconscious. It's over there pulling the strings of our reactions, moods, and real-life drama, reminding us that our minds are infinitely complex. A balance of imagination and awareness is key. Embrace the whimsical power of what you cannot see. The subconscious is like a DJ at a party we didn't ask for, spinning tracks from our past that influenced our present without us even noticing. Think of it as a sneaky ghost that both haunts and protects us, burying the buried memories we'd rather forget, yet somehow clinging to their spectral forms. It's a complex relationship, showcasing our resilience to keep moving forward while also reminding us of our vulnerabilities. Now, let's talk about trauma. It's like the ultimate two-faced villain. It can tuck away those horrible memories to protect us, but then it comes back for a dramatic plot twist, binding us to those very specifics we wish to erase. Healing starts when we realize the subconscious isn't just a mindless robot repeating routines. It's also the emotional vault, crammed with scars that tell our stories. Whether we like it or not, strap in, because here comes the science. Our physical bodies are like amazing machines, but they can hit a snag when subconscious stress gets in the way. It's like your smartphone running 10 apps at once, slowing everything down. Our subconscious can kickstart stress pathways that unleash cortisol, the diva hormone that decides it's time to throw a wrench in our immune system plans, delaying recovery when all we want to do is bounce back and rock on. Even when we strut through life, thinking we're fine and dandy, our subconscious might be throwing a hidden tantrum. It's the little voice whispering that tension lingers, making those scrapes and sniffles take their sweet time to heal. You know that frustrating feeling when cuts don't close up or colds just love sticking around? Yup, thank the sneaky subconscious for that extra vacation time. Research has revealed that folks with lower subconscious stress recover faster after surgery than those still lugging around emotional baggage. It's like lifting weights in the gym. Less stress means more gains. Techniques like meditation or a good hearty laugh can shed those layers of subconscious stress, allowing your body to channel its energy toward healing instead of fretting over past dramas. At the intersection of minds and bodies lies a fascinating connection showcasing the power of the subconscious. It impacts our physical health dramatically, reminding us that healing isn't solely about swallowing a handful of pills. The hidden dialogue within our being offers a gentle nudge towards wellness, whispering that, hey, mental relaxation is just as crucial as yoga on the mat. Speaking of connections, let's dive into the language of the eyes. Did you know that making eye contact is like tapping into a hidden trust network? It's all about those subconscious signals. Prolonged gazes can forge a bond, while darting eyes may as well wave a red flag. Humans are wired for this silent conversation, interpreting eye behavior faster than we can say. What are you looking at? When you lock eyes with someone, it's more than just a casual look. It's an entire dialogue taking place beneath the surface. Those fleeting connections can handle a flood of emotions, trust, suspicion, intimacy, all rolled into a microsecond of eye contact. Who knew a simple gaze could carry the weight of 1,000 words, with your subconscious acting as the ultimate judge of trustworthiness? So, every time your eyes meet someone else's, it's not just a basic exchange. It's like passing secret notes in class. There's no denying it, your subconscious is at play, orchestrating connections and feelings through the dazzling yet quiet language of your eyes. How cool is that? The next time you catch someone's gaze, remember, you might be engaging in a delightful dance of subconscious recognition. And isn't that simply charming? When you crank up that playlist and lose yourself in the melodies, your body is secretly joining the party. It's like a secret dance party in your lungs and heart, without even realizing it. Your breathing starts to change its rhythm to match the beats. It's a harmonious affair, and even your muscles get in on the action, relaxing or tensing depending on the groove. Talk about getting lost in the music. Ever noticed how a slow ballad can turn you into a gentle breeze, while an upbeat tune makes you want to run a marathon? It's almost like your subconscious is the DJ, spinning the tracks that dictate how you feel inside, while your rational brain is busy worrying about deadlines. The subconscious is having a blast processing rhythms and emotions. It's the ultimate multitasker. And let's not forget the performers. Whether they're belting out high notes or hammering away on an electric guitar, musicians rely heavily on this subconscious connection. They tap into the pulse of the music, using it to synchronize their timing and emotion. Even if you're just an unsuspecting listener, chances are you felt a song sweep you off your feet, guiding your mood and emotions like a gentle wave. But here's an unexpected twist. Smiling can actually trick your brain into feeling happier. It's like your facial muscles secretly hold the power to uplift your entire mood. This phenomenal quirk is called the facial feedback hypothesis. It's a fancy way of saying that your brain is pretty good at decoding your body language and reshaping emotions accordingly. Who knew your face could be such a sneaky little So, that forced smile during a tough meeting. It turns out, it could have real effects. Many people report feeling less stressed when they plastered on a grin. Even if they're not genuinely feeling it, the subconscious gets fooled into believing everything's just peachy, bringing forth those joy circuits and causing a little mood lift. Smiling isn't only what others see, it's what you might need to feel a bit of sunshine inside. Now, on the flip side of this lovely emotional coin, we have nightmares, those pesky nocturnal visitors that can crash the party. When your subconscious is cluttered with unresolved stress, it spills out in the form of vivid nightmares. Think dark, twisted images of being chased or teetering on the edge of a great fall. Talk about a hint that your subconscious is waving a little red flag. Those disturbing dreams are less about scary monsters and more about your subconscious trying to shout at you. It's your inner self nudging at you to address something that's been gnawing at your peace. Sometimes, it's like your mind throws a symbolic tantrum, insisting that those suppressed worries deserve a little attention before they turn into more than just a bad dream. So if you find yourself waking up in the middle of a panic because you were losing a race against a giant taco, who hasn't? Take a breath and consider what your mind might be trying to tell you. Perhaps it's time to face those unresolved issues and bring a little calm to the turbulent waters of your subconscious. Embrace the weirdness of dreams. They could be the gentle push you need. Oh, nightmares. Those delightful little creepy crawlies of our sleep that sneak in to throw a wrench in our dreams. While they might scare the socks off you, there's a silver lining. They can help process emotions and rehearse survival strategies. Far from innocent disturbances, these nocturnal critters tap into our subconscious, revealing the underlying stressors we've been ignoring, giving us a not-so-gentle nudge to face our fears. Talk about a rude awakening. So, next time you wake up in a cold sweat after battling vampires or folding laundry on Mars, remember, your mind's trying to communicate. Nightmares aren't just random scary stories. They're your inner self sending you some serious messages. They're like that friend who keeps bringing up your emotional baggage, uncomfortable but necessary, reminding you that you might want to unpack those issues. Who knew sleepless nights could be so revealing? Now, let's talk about those fidgety legs of yours. You know, the restless bouncing, tapping, or jiggling you can't seem to control. That's not just the caffeine kicking in. It's your body transforming into a little anxiety meter. Those movements are the unwitting sign language of your subconscious, channeling hidden tension into leg dances that would make any toddler proud. It's like your feet are shouting, "Hey, we're stressed, let's do the jitterbug." And guess what? You might not even notice you're doing it until someone raises an eyebrow, prompting you to realize your knees are auditioning for a role in a Broadway musical. It's all about managing that arousal and discomfort. Typically, this leg movement pops up during stressful times or when you're juggling a million things. It's the body's way of saying, "I'm busy processing my feelings over here." Oh, but the fun doesn't stop there. Enter stage fright, the little devil that turns confident folks into quivering jellies. When you step on stage, suddenly your heart beats a marathon runner. Your hands are shaking like leaves in a storm, and your breaths are shallow as you wonder what on earth you've gotten yourself into. This panic is triggered by subconscious fear circuits, mistaking an audience for a pack of ravenous wolves. Classic case of fight or flight gone wild. The culprit, your amygdala. This tiny brain bean treats public speaking like an extreme sport. Huge stress hormones come pouring in as if your life depended on it. Funny to think that our brains haven't fully evolved beyond worrying about being booted from the cave. The subconscious just hears crowd and assumes imminent peril, exploding into a full-on reaction. Thanks, evolution. But don't worry, stage fright doesn't have to win. With practice, you can train your brain to squash those pesky associations, turn that sweaty chaos into charming charisma. Gradually, you'll teach your mind that just because there's a crowd doesn't mean there's a fire-breathing dragon waiting round the corner. So, embrace those nightmare monsters, restless legs, and stage fright. They're just your subconscious working hard to help you navigate your emotions, stress, and social situations. By recognizing these charming quirks, you take a giant leap toward understanding yourself better. Remember, the mind is a fantastic place, even when it gets a bit messy. So, dance with your jitters, face down those nightmares, and own your stage. Picture this. You're standing backstage, heart racing, palms sweating, bathed in the blinding glare of stage lights. Welcome to the world of stage fright. It's like your subconscious is firing up those prehistoric survival instincts, making you feel like a caveman about to face a saber-toothed tiger. Even if you're just reciting Shakespeare, it's fascinating how these ancient brain circuits still shape our modern lives. Who knew our ancestors were such drama queens? Now, let's chat about guilt. It's the diva lingering in your mind's backstage, ready to make surprise appearances at the most inconvenient moments. You didn't even invite it to the party. This sneaky little gremlin hides in your subconscious, whispering doubts that may influence your decisions without you even realizing it. Feel like dodging an opportunity? That lingering guilt might be pulling the strings, making you tiptoe around success like a cat on a tightrope. What's really wild is how this hidden guilt acts like a subtext to your everyday choices. Avoidance takes center stage, and you're left scrambling to figure out why you're so cautious or hesitant. Ever wonder why some people seem to self-sabotage? It's the subconscious guilt steering their ship away from resolution, much like a GPS that's stuck on rerouting. Breaking that pattern isn't easy, but psychologists can play the role of investigators, helping you find hidden treasures of clarity amid the chaos. Once that guilt is invited to the proscenium and thoroughly roasted in the hot lights of awareness, it can lose some of its power. Confronting it feels like calling out a heckler in the crowd. Sure, it's a bit scary, but once you do, the weight lifts, and you're free to navigate life with a clearer compass, one that points straight ahead instead of circling back to old mistakes. But hold on, it's not all about thoughts and feelings. Your subconscious is also the unsung hero that manages your hormones like a seasoned conductor leading a symphony. You might not see it, but it's firing off cortisol in the morning to get you alert and releasing melatonin at night to coax you into dreamland. All this happens without your conscious mind lifting a finger. Don't you love a multitasker? Your body's inner harmony is maintained by this silent management team. While you might think you can influence your hormones with a stress management app or a salad bowl, the real magic happens behind the scenes. This balance, which sounds like a wellness guru's dream, will keep your biological rhythms on point, adjusting slightly to ensure you feel your best as the day unfolds. And speaking of attraction, ever noticed the way a scent can sweep you off your feet? Forget charming looks and sweet nothings. Sometimes, the real romance is in the olfactory signals. Our noses are like sensitive antennas, tuning into subconscious chemical signals that yell, "Date me," long before rational thoughts ever join the conversation. It's the olfactory flare that sparks a connection, making you drawn to someone before you even say hello. In the end, our subconscious is a crafty little rascal, pulling invisible strings that influence our thoughts, feelings, and responses. From stage fright to hidden guilt, hormone management, and scent-based attraction, it's like an elaborate stage play where you're both the lead and the scriptwriter. So next time you hesitate or feel inexplicably drawn to someone, remember, your subconscious has an agenda, and it's never too late for a plot twist. Imagine the sneaky ways your nose is working behind the scenes, like a secret ally in the quest for love. Those subtle scents wafting in the air can change the game when it comes to mood and attraction. Research reveals that our body odor hints at our genetic makeup, and somehow, our subconscious is on the lookout for that special someone whose immune system dances in perfect harmony with our own. Talk about chemistry on a whole new level. Whiffing a partner's perfume or cologne isn't just for the conscious mind. Oh, no, the subconscious takes the lead, summoning desires and yearnings that our logical selves may not even realize. It's like a secret attraction committee meeting is happening without us. Sure, looks and witty banter matter, but the magnetic pull of fragrance weaves a powerful narrative of intimacy, comfort, and attraction that often goes unnoticed. Then there are those trips down memory lane, courtesy of childhood tunes that creep into our subconscious, like the stealthiest of ninjas. That lullaby your mom sang, or that catchy jingle, familiar from Saturday morning cartoons, has left an imprint so deep, even decades later, it can send shivers of nostalgia down your spine. The remarkable thing is, these songs aren't just fluff, oh no. They are emotionally bold plays that anchor us to moments of warmth and joy, stored securely in our mind's vault. When those melodies play again in adulthood, it's like flipping a time switch. Suddenly, you're a kid again, grinning and remembering the simple joys of your younger self. It's no wonder. Our subconscious scribes a cheat sheet of memories, linking tunes with feelings, creating connections that withstand the test of time. Those everlasting melodies are not just sweet memories. They're reminders that our hidden mind is a treasure trove, ready to unlock certain feelings and experiences. Now, let's dive into a quirky little adventure called false memories. Believe it or not, the mind can play tricks on you. While we often trust our memories to be steadfast guardians of the past, they can be pliable, like dough in a baker's hands. With a sprinkle of clever wording and an enticing suggestion, our subconscious can be convinced of things that never even happened, like that time you valiantly got lost in a shopping mall, or had a wild ride with a cartoon character at an amusement park. Sounds wild, right? These vividly concocted memories feel just as real as your normal recollections, complete with all the sensory details and emotions. It's a bizarre blend of fabulation that sparks a chuckle. The absurdity of getting lost in a mall at 2 years old might have you giggling at the thought, but hey, that emotional jolt is real, even if the memory isn't. This whimsical world reminds us how much our subconscious is at work, crafting narratives and pulling strings without us even realizing it. It's like an elaborate puppet show where we are the marionettes, dancing along with the scents and sounds of our life. As our minds weave complexities of attraction and memory, the chemistry of scent and the melodies of childhood leave indelible marks on our hearts and minds. In this delicate interplay of the senses, it becomes clear that understanding love, memory, and experience isn't just confined to conversations or visuals. Instead, it's a delightful enigma, brimming with fragrant clues and lyrical echoes of the past, shaping our lives in ways we often overlook. Isn't that a charming thought? Your subconscious is having a party while you're getting on with your day, replete with scents and songs, mixing up the magic of attraction and nostalgia. Imagine your subconscious as a quirky artist, mixing realism with abstract vibes. It can't tell a Monet from a selfie. That's why eyewitness accounts sometimes sound more like fiction than fact. One minute you're recalling a sunny picnic, and the next, you've painted it with rain clouds, because that's how nostalgia plays its tricks. Therapy has to tiptoe around these vivid memories because they can morph into fake narratives, quicker than a magician's scarf disappearing into thin air. Now, enter the phenomenon of sleep talking, that delightful nocturnal occurrence where your brain decides it's time for a late-night chat while your conscious self snoozes away. Picture this: one moment you're dreaming of unicorns, and the next, you're shouting out your grocery list. These phrases can be hilariously fragmented or surprisingly coherent, yet they're like a movie with no script, just pure subconscious spontaneity. It's like your mind throws its own party without inviting you, and this midnight rambling speaks volumes, or maybe just murmurs, about the ever-busy subconscious. Conversations can erupt about anything, truly making the speaker an accidental comedian. Imagine your partner waking up to you passionately, discussing the merits of penguins as detectives. The conscious you is oblivious, yet the subconscious is throwing verbal confetti. Sleep talking beautifully illustrates that the borders between waking and dreaming are as clear as mud. Let's dive into automatic writing, a wild ride where the subconscious takes the driver's seat. You pick up a pen, ready to write the next great novel. But wait, your hand starts moving like it's possessed by a mega muse. The words spill onto the paper in a disjointed dance, surprising even you. It's as if the subconscious has decided to throw its own literary festival, crafting stories that your waking mind never dared to explore. Now, don't go calling in the Ghostbusters just yet. Automatic writing sometimes gets wrapped up in supernatural myths, but let's keep it grounded. The real magic lies in the process, using your subconscious to bring hidden feelings and memories to the surface. You can end up discovering bits of your inner self, as though you've stumbled upon buried treasure. That's the beauty of engaging with your mind without the predictable oversight of your conscious thinking. Many adventurous souls dive into automatic writing, hoping for great revelations or a hit of creativity. This act can be surprisingly therapeutic. It's a jet ski ride over the waves of your psyche, uncovering ideas that have been tucked away and gathering dust. Think of it as your inner child deciding to scribble all over the walls, revealing imaginative gems tucked in the corners of your mind, those secret thoughts that have been on lockdown. Some folks swear they stumble upon genius ideas through automatic writing. Imagine tapping into your deeper well of creativity and pulling out gems like the Great Penguin Detective series. Who said your conscious mind gets to run the show? The subconscious can whip up stories and imagery that the usual you might think too outrageous. Cue a confetti cannon for the wild creativity waiting to burst out. In conclusion, our minds are bustling mazes of creativity, with the subconscious happily remixing memories and conjuring words. Whether we're awake or asleep, From sleep-talking surprises to auto-writing revelations, who knew that our minds could play the dual role of both stage and audience? So, the next time you wake up to a wild nocturnal tirade, just smile. It's your subconscious getting its groove on while you're off in dreamland. Imagine your subconscious as that quirky artist in the corner of a bustling cafe, sketching away while life swirls around. Through automatic writing, it opens a magical portal, letting feelings flow onto the page like ink in water. It ponders the mysteries often tucked away in the mind's attic, revealing thoughts that the conscious self might not even know are hiding. Who knew our brains were such talented storytellers when we just let them have their fun? Now, let's talk about the tricky business of memory suppression. Think of your mind as a defense attorney, working tirelessly to keep painful memories locked away, hushing them up like noisy party guests. It's all about self-preservation, allowing people to strut through life without constantly tripping over their emotional baggage. Yet, just like that pesky noise in the attic, buried memories can come crashing down, leaving you feeling like you stepped into a surprise horror film. The wild thing, these memories are like ninjas hiding in the shadows, ready to strike when you least expect it. One moment, you are happily sipping coffee. The next, a trigger hits, and you're drenched in a deluge of emotions that feel way out of proportion. Your subconscious, the mischievous trickster, hasn't erased these memories. It's merely playing hide and seek. And that's where the therapist swoops in to help you sift through the emotional debris. But wait, let's not forget the intriguing world of subconscious learning. It's like training for a marathon while sneaking bites of chocolate. Cake sweet success often happens when you're blissfully unaware. As you quietly engage in practice, your subconscious gets down to business, fine-tuning your skills while you're lost in thought. Who knew your brain could multitask like a pro, crafting the perfect performance while you sip on your favorite beverage? Take a pianist, for example. They might hit a wrong note here and there, but after enough practice, their subconscious is like an attentive coach, giving a little nudge, adjusting the timing until everything flows like a beautiful river. This phenomenon, often labeled implicit learning, shows us just how much we can absorb without even realizing it. Ah, the joys of effortless refinement. You see, in the grand symphony of life, the heavy lifting often happens backstage. Sure, we consciously decide to take action practicing that song or shooting hoops, but it's our subconscious that's quietly calibrating all the little details. This silent work makes those aha moments feel smooth and satisfying, as if you've uncovered a treasure after a clever treasure map led you there effortlessly. And culturally, this links back to the wonder of creativity that happens during daydreaming. Picture yourself lounging on a cloud, daydreaming about a perfect world where ice cream replaces vegetables. In this dreamy state, your subconscious wanders freely, allowing creativity to bloom like wildflowers. It's in these moments that ideas spring forth, sometimes far more profound than when we sit down to force creativity. Ultimately, your subconscious isn't just a passive observer, it's a vibrant, active force, molding and shaping your experiences. It's both guardian and trickster, protecting you while refining your skills, quietly urging you to embrace the journey of learning and self-discovery. The mind truly is a captivating playground filled with surprises, twists, and perhaps even a sprinkle of mischief. Ah, daydreaming, the mind's very own vacation. When our thoughts wander off like playful puppies, the subconscious takes charge, painting vivid pictures in our heads that are both bizarre and beautiful. Scientists have a fancy name for this free-for-all, the default mode network. It's a little like your brain's backstage pass, allowing it to try on new ideas and connect memories when you're not clocking in to work mode. Those moments may feel lazy, but oh, are they anything but wasted? Ever seen an inventor or artist emerge from a daydream with $1 billion idea? You can bet your last slice of pizza that creativity can sprint from these mind-wandering marathons. It's like letting your subconscious throw a spontaneous party where it mingles memories and emotions. Forget what society preaches about single-minded focus. It turns out that letting your mind roam like a curious child can lead to the grandest revelations. Who knew daydreaming was the ultimate brainstorming session with no boundaries? Speaking of unchained exploration, let's meander into the realm of hypnagogia, this magical twilight zone, where your brain flirtatiously dips in and out of sleep, generates a wild kaleidoscope of images and sounds. Picture colorful blobs shifting shapes while your inner dialogue debates if you really heard a cat meowing or if it's just your imagination running amok. Here, coherence takes a back seat while your subconscious unveils artistic glimpses, like short films that may just inspire your next big project. But here's the kicker. Hypnagogic imagery isn't quite dreaming. It's a limbo where you're half aware yet utterly lost. You get to observe this creativity fiesta without any control, like being a bemused spectator at an avant-garde art show where the canvases are painted by your very own mind. You might wish you could dictate the night's performance, but the subconscious tends to have its own strange script to follow, with a flair for the unfiltered. Now, if you spice things up and dip into lucid dreaming, you're stepping into a dazzling duality. Here, you're hyper-aware that you're dreaming and can tweak the narrative like a director on set. Want to soar through the skies or have a coffee chat with a unicorn? Your wish is your dream's command. This thrilling ride blends the thrill of awareness with a whimsical adventure into the subconscious, making you feel like you've won the mental lottery. Lucid dreaming isn't just a wild ride for fun, but also a handy toolbox for problem solving and creativity. Imagine wrestling your fears in a dreamscape and emerging a victorious hero, cape and all, or treating yourself to a reality-bending twist where constraints vanish and the impossible becomes your playground. Checking in with your subconscious can lead to unexpectedly profound insights, like dazzling gems direct from your mind's treasure chest. Sure, while society nudges us towards structured thought and productivity, lucid dreaming kicks that notion right out the window. Here, the boundaries between conscious and subconscious appear as flimsy and whimsical as a dream catcher. This dynamic partnership invites you to explore realms of imagination untouched by day-to-day worries, where whimsy reigns supreme, whether it's conquering fears or just having a fabulous time. Your dreaming mind will gladly co-create the experience. All in all, the world of daydreams, and lucid dreaming is bustling with creative ripples just waiting to be explored. So the next time your brain starts to drift, don't pull it back. Let it frolic in the fields of imagination, where the most whimsical creations of your subconscious await. After all, tapping into your dreamy mind might just unleash a spark of genius you're certain to treasure. In the rare and magical moments of slumber, two worlds converge, the waking mind and the dreamy abyss of the subconscious. It's like having a surprise guest at a party. The dialogue unfolds, teasing the layers of thought normally kept under wraps. Who knew that amidst the haze of sleep, awareness could slyly wander into those secret realms, nudging us to recognize the hidden gems of our own minds? Now, let's talk about meditation. It's like hitting the mute button on the chaotic noise of daily life. Our minds become cluttered with worries, automatic reactions, and that pesky to-do list we just can't seem to shake off. Meditation is the charming antidote. Focusing on your breath or the sound of silence can feel like a refreshing brain spa day. It's the perfect escape to quiet down the subconscious chatter that echoes in the back of our minds like an annoying radio station. With each session, meditation acts like a gentle rain shower, washing away the turbulent noise that causes our heads to spin. It's not just wishful thinking. Brain scans confirm this magical transformation. Areas of the brain linked to attention and emotion regulation suddenly relax, almost like they're melting into a cozy chair after a long day. Who doesn't want to stroll around feeling less overwhelmed, as if the subconscious's incessant chatter has been gently unraveled? Meditation isn't about banishing the subconscious monster. Oh no, it's about taming it. Picture a little kid who finally listens instead of throwing a tantrum. With consistent practice, that nagging stress response eases, and compassion becomes the new go-to reaction. It's like giving your mind a hug and teaching it to pause before reacting. Through meditation, we unveil the beautiful possibility of peace nestled deep within the convoluted layers of our thoughts. Now, let's dive into dreams there, like the subconscious's own soap opera, filled with bizarre plots and unexpected characters. Picture this: a falling staircase or a locked door doesn't just exist for fun. They often embody feelings or struggles we might not even be aware of. The subconscious is theatrical, communicating in a vivid language of symbols that skips right over logic to deliver emotional messages, often leaving us wondering, what on earth was that all about? Those dream symbols could mean something personally profound rather than universally agreed upon your childhood. Home popping up may signal unresolved nostalgia, while being chased endlessly might just encapsulate that overwhelming stress creeping into your life. Psychologists have had a ball untangling these patterns, highlighting how our subconscious has a flair for vivid imagery over plain old words. It's as if our hidden mind is crafting poetry that's both puzzling and revealing. And let's not forget the beauty of subconscious learning, which continues while we snooze. Deep sleep isn't a void, it's a bustling workshop where our brains are processing everything we've experienced. It's like working on a school project overnight, piecing together the lessons learned and emotions experienced throughout the day. This hidden knowledge seeps in as we drift away. Indeed, the mind is a busy bee. Even when we think it's off duty, when we wake, it's as if we've just returned from an extraordinary adventure that molded our thoughts and feelings, ready to face the day with newfound clarity. Even if our dreams fade like a soap script, the emotional fabric they weave remains, subtly influencing our behaviors and feelings. So, the next time you find yourself in a whimsical dreamscape, remember, it's your subconscious talking in a symphony of symbol and emotion, urging you to listen and learn. Even when you're hitting the snooze button on your dreams, your mind is throwing an all-night party. While we snooze, the subconscious is busy compressing the day's events. Like a tech-savvy intern backing up files, musicians, for instance, might wake up and find their piano skills have magically leveled up. So, it's not just beauty sleep, it's brainy sleep too, shaping skills every night while we dream of unicorns and chocolate rivers. And guess what? Reviewing notes before you tuck in is like sending a backstage pass to your subconscious. While you're off counting sheep, your deeper mind is rolling up its sleeves, reinforcing those lessons like a dedicated trainer. It's like muscle memory but for the brain. While your conscious self drifts into dreamland, your mind is doing the nightly grind, patching those connections and ensuring your knowledge has a firm grip for tomorrow's tests. And let's talk about social gatherings, the chaotic symphony known as the cocktail party effect. Picture this, you're at a jam-packed surrounded by a jumble of chit-chat, but then, bam, you hear someone say your name. How? That's your subconscious at work, acting as the ultimate DJ, filtering through the noise like a seasoned pro so you can groove to the beat of voices that truly matter. Even in a hilariously crowded room, your brain knows how to tune in. This skill is no mere fluke. It's all thanks to your subconscious serving as the ultimate multitasker. While your conscious brain battles to keep up with the overload of buzzing voices, your subconscious is cleverly plucking out the relevant frequencies. It's no surprise when you realize that the sudden mention of a familiar tone can catapult you back into awareness, like a verbal wake-up call that just won't quit. But hold on a sec. The subconscious is also working its magic behind closed doors in the world of hiring. Employers often fancy themselves as objective evaluators, yet their subconscious biases sneak in like an uninvited guest. A candidate's name, accent, or even a slight shift in demeanor can activate those hidden associations that sway decision-makers without them even batting an eye. Imagine this, 2 resumes for the same candidate. Just one has a different name, and suddenly it's like the game has changed. Those subtle cues trigger pre-existing stereotypes rooted deep in our cultural psyche, making the process of hiring seem a tad more like roulette than a genuine assessment. It's like that time your subconscious decided to root for the underdog in the movie, even if it didn't make a lick of sense. So, next time you think about your mind wandering while you sleep, remember, it's like a hidden factory working day and night to churn out wisdom and skills. Just when you think nothing's happening in the land of Nod, it's actually the most productive time of day for your brain. While we snooze, it's business as usual in the recesses of our minds, learning, filtering, and fine-tuning. In those moments of chaos, your subconscious acts like a diligent editor, cutting through the noise to make sure the important stuff isn't just forgotten. It's a silent but sneaky collaborator. During those moments we think we're just zoning out. So next time you wake up, give a little salute to your hard-working inner self. It's more than just a spectator in the grand game of life. It's an active player, ensuring you ace tomorrow without even breaking a sweat. Our subconscious mind is like that sneaky friend who secretly influences our choices. It keeps meddling in fairness and opportunity without us even realizing it. Recognizing these hidden biases is crucial. If we want to make decisions based on merit rather than those pesky subconscious nudges, structured evaluations can do wonders. Hiring isn't just a logical endeavor, it's a delightful dance between conscious reasoning and subconscious whims. Imagine a game where you're asked to quickly match words with images. Welcome to implicit association tests, where psychology meets surprise. These tests unveil those sneaky biases lurking beneath the surface. Picture yourself in a game, claiming neutrality while secretly zipping through associations faster than a speedy squirrel. It's as if your subconscious is whispering, "I know things you don't." These aren't accusations. They're simply light shining on the unacknowledged quirks of your inner mental landscape. Our biases are like an unwelcome party crashers, influenced by culture, media, and experiences, turning our subconscious into a quirky filter for information. How we process what we see and hear can be as different as apples and oranges. With implicit tests, we can identify these unseen preferences and kick them to the curb. It's like cleaning out your closet, only this time you're decluttering your mind. Hold on tight. First impressions are formed at lightning speed. In mere milliseconds, your subconscious scans faces, body language, and voices, making rapid-fire judgments. Is that person trustworthy, attractive, competent? And just like that, logic is left waiting in line at the club, while your subconscious struts in confidently. It's a spectacle of snap judgments formed from past experiences and evolutionary instincts, ruling social encounters with a wave of its invisible wand. Can you feel that? It's your subconscious keeping your body temperature stable, like a well-oiled machine. Whether you're sweating under the blazing sun or frosty as a snowman, your brain's hypothalamus doesn't even ask for your input. No conscious thought is needed as it works tirelessly to keep you just right, adjusting blood flow, shivering, or sweating without missing a beat. Your internal thermostat is a champion of stability, ensuring your organs stay in the cozy warmth of optimum functioning. This marvelous subconscious machinery predicts our gut feelings, making you feel safe or uneasy around others before logic can even say hello. Those quick evaluations that pop up in social situations are driven by subconscious mechanisms that have been honed over a lifetime. So, there's often no time for conscious thought to intervene, leaving us befuddled about why we feel a certain way about someone in the first nanosecond of meeting them. Even if your conscious brain later decides a first impression was complete baloney, that initial judgment clings like glue. It's a little echo in the mind, shaped by the silent yet influential workings of your subconscious. It may feel unfair, but it's just part of how we, as delightfully flawed humans, navigate social waters, an amusing mix of instinctual pulls and conscious corrections. So, next time you find yourself grappling with decisions influenced by gut feelings or snap judgments, recognize the playful interplay between your subconscious and conscious thought. After all, they're in a constant game of tug-of-war, and understanding this can help you find a balance between instinct and logic. You might even find a good laugh while disentangling the sometimes wacky conclusions your brain draws. Step outside into the blazing sun and your subconscious kicks in like a faithful butler, signaling your sweat glands to spring into action and cool that sizzling skin of yours. Strut into a chilly breeze, and it's get cozy time as your muscles go all jitterbug and shiver to generate some much-needed warmth. Oh, the conscious mind may squawk about discomfort, but it's this quiet backstage crew of the subconscious that ensures life maintains its delicate balance. No matter what Mother Nature throws at you, let's talk about those adorable little blinks of yours, the daily unsung hero of your eye care routine. Believe it or not, you're blinking thousands of times a day, keeping those peepers moist and dust-free without giving it a second thought. While you can choose to blink deliberately, intentional eye flirting, the real magic happens when the subconscious takes the wheel, effortlessly managing that blinking symphony. Plus, a little stress, more blinks. Say bye-bye to dust and hello to emotional barometers right in your eyes. Ever tried typing while your mind has taken the scenic route on a stress tour? Your typing rhythm isn't just about speed. It's like a mood ring for your subconscious, revealing your inner vibes with every keystroke. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it, as fluctuations in timing can expose your hidden emotional rollercoaster. Researchers have a ball proving that this unique typing signature can out you in a blink, or rather, a keystroke. Moments of stress or excitement, you bet your rhythm will reflect it. Now, don't get me started on handwriting. It's like your brain's mood painting on paper. That pen pressure, it's subtle, yet tells a captivating tale. When you're feeling the heat or the weight of the world, that pressure tightens, leaving more prominent marks on the page. On a chill day though, your pen glides gently, as if the world could not care less. Talk about a punchy plot twist in the story of your subconscious. And here's the kicker, your subconscious doesn't just handle the serious stuff. It polishes the finer details of life, ensuring every nuance is on point. It's like having a personal assistant who simultaneously cools you down, negotiates your blink rate, and takes care of those intense typing sessions, all while staying blissfully unnoticed. It's charming and slightly hilarious how seamlessly it all works behind the curtain of consciousness. Ever noticed how every tiny little decision you make has that subconscious stamp of approval? It's the ultimate behind-the-scenes operator, pulling strings and ensuring that you remain charmingly chaotic yet functional in a world that is, let's face it, a little unpredictable. It carries the weight of your reactions and feelings, giving you the freedom to focus on more pressing matters, like your next snack, cheese or chocolate. Plus, once you tap into recognizing these subconscious signals, you might just unlock a secret level to your inner workings. It's like when you uncover a new feature in your favorite app. Suddenly, every flicker of emotion has a showcase, and you start seeing how your mind plays puppet master even during the simplest acts. Daily habits morph into intriguing tales of subconscious communication, winking at you with everything you do. So, let's give a round of applause for the delightful rhythms and quirks of our subconscious. It deserves that standing ovation and a shout out for keeping our daily lives a dance of finely tuned reflexes. From engaging with the elements to expressing bursts of emotion with each tiny movement, it's full of surprising plots and charming little moments. The beautiful mess that is being human thanks to the stealthy skills of our subconscious. You know, it's often said that handwriting is like peeking into someone's soul, albeit a soul with questionable penmanship. Handwriting can reveal hidden emotions and subconscious tension that even the writer might not notice. The pressure of the pen gliding across the paper captures a snapshot of what they're feeling. So, while you might be jotting down your grocery list, the ink could be holding the secret diary of your stress levels. Talk about multitasking. Now let's chat about the slant of your letters, because really, is there anything more revealing? If your D leans right, you might just be the life of the party, open to new experiences. But if it skews left, maybe you're the thoughtful, introspective type, or possibly just a little apprehensive about discussing your obsession with houseplants. As for upright writing, look at you, standing firm in the winds of life, with balanced vibes and emotional control. Who knew writing could be so revealing? Let's be honest, most of us aren't sitting there with a ruler, mapping the angle of each letter like we're plotting a heist. The truth is, we write the way we do out of instinct, shaped by personality and our day-to-day feelings. There's an emotional dance going on beneath the surface, and our handwriting is just showing off its moves. It's like our subconscious is saying, hey, watch what I can express without uttering a word. Speaking of expression, ever noticed how our voices play a little game of copying during conversations? You find yourself mirroring the rhythm, tone, and even the pauses of your chat partner. It's like an unspoken pact to create harmony, making the back and forth of dialogue feel like a natural duet. Forget about awkward silence. With this hidden talent, you'll be harmonizing like a pro, whether you're ordering coffee or debating the meaning of life. Fun fact, this involuntary synchronization isn't just a cute party trick. It's wired deep in our social DNA, helping us foster trust and connection. Imagine meeting a stranger, and by mere chance, you both start bouncing to the same beat. It's like finding a rhythm in a world full of chaos. It's universal, bridging cultures and languages, as if there's an invisible conductor orchestrating our social symphony. Who knew chatting could be so theatrical? But beware the peril of rhythm mishaps. If the flow is interrupted and one person starts speaking too fast while the other is taking their sweet time, things can get a tad uncomfortable. Your chat can go from a smooth jazz number to a cacophonous symphony gone wrong in the blink of an eye. Everyone suddenly starts looking around, and that wine glass suddenly becomes the most interesting thing in the room. Yikes. So, whether it's the way you write or the rhythm of your speech, our subconscious is hard at work, throwing a spotlight on what makes us tick. Your oblivious brain, tossing out little hints while you're engrossed in conversation or distractedly doodling. It's like your mind's got an agenda, and we're all just scribbles and beats in its grand narrative. Next time you pull out a pen or engage in chit-chat, remember there's more than meets the eye. Pen, those little nuances of your handwriting, the unintentional rhythm of your voice, they're all sharing part of your story. The subconscious is your sneaky co-author, adding layers and subtitles to every written note or spoken word. Pretty wild, huh? The seemingly simple act of communicating is actually a delightful dance, just like a social tango, adding flair to our everyday lives. Deep down, there's a hidden DJ spinning tracks in our subconscious, orchestrating moods and feelings that even our conscious minds can't grasp. You wouldn't think it, but this quiet operator is essential to keeping us harmonious with one another, like a beautiful symphony hidden beneath the surface. The cues we pick up on can really rattle our emotional cages, even if we can't pinpoint exactly why. Now, let's talk about pain. Oh, that fickle friend we all know too well. It's not just a jolt from a stubbed toe. It's a complex cocktail of physical sensation and the brain's wild interpretations. The brain, oh boy, it loves to put on a show. If your subconscious is bracing itself for a bumpy ride, it's like a DJ cranking the volume up to 11. Suddenly, pain doesn't just hurt, it feels like a rock concert in your nerves. Study after study has shown that our mind's expectations can play tricks on us. Imagine facing the same sensory stimuli, but when you anticipate pain, it's like a cruel magician making it feel 10 times worse. Fear and anxiety, the ultimate pranksters, precondition our nervous systems to amplify every little twinge. Your body might be fine, but your subconscious has taken over, sending out sirens long after the threat has passed. You see, this isn't just biology, it's an interpretive dance of beliefs and experiences. Our subconscious, in its frantic quest to protect us, can also get us ensnared in a web of suffering, mistaking shadows for monsters lurking in the dark. Every individual's battle with pain gets profoundly personal, dictated by a hidden puppeteer who pulls at the strings of our very perception. It can be confusing, like trying to solve a mystery with no clues in sight. But here's the good news. Just as our hidden DJ can crank up the pain levels, it can also do the opposite. When the subconscious leans toward relief, it's party time for natural painkillers like endorphins. This is where the magic of the placebo effect kicks in. An inert pill becomes a superstar, dancing through your bloodstream, all thanks to the belief that it'll help. Your conscious mind might roll its eyes, but your subconscious is nodding along with confidence. Think about the power of reassurance and familiarity. Like rituals, we return to like old friends. When a doctor's presence inspires trust or a soothing treatment goes as planned, our subconscious takes note, ready to release the good vibes. It's fascinating how pain isn't strictly physical. It's also an interpretive story crafted by the very mind that feels it. So, those words of comfort and familiar routines, they're the warm hugs you didn't know you needed. The plot thickens blood pressure is another game played by the subconscious, one it manages seamlessly without skipping a beat. Who knew our inner voices had such control over our bodily functions? When emotions hang in the air, blood pressure shifts like a seasoned dancer, moving to the rhythm of our feelings. Subconscious emotions can dial elevating or calming effects, showing just how interconnected our mind and body can be. In this roller coaster of pain and relief, our subconscious is more than the backseat driver. It's the celebrity behind the wheel, controlling the car and making thrilling decisions as we navigate twists and turns. Whether through belief, expectation, or even the mere presence of support, it provides the soundtrack to our experiences of discomfort and healing. Talk about a highlight reel. So next time you feel a little twinge or sensation, pause and consider what your inner DJ might be cranking out. Maybe it's not just about the injury, but the whole narrative spinning in your head. After all, it's not just biology, it's a whole imaginative journey where belief has the power to reshape pain, making the unseen mind a true architect of our experiences. When our subconscious picks up fear or anger, it's like it hits the alarm button for survival mode. Suddenly, our blood pressure rises, and it's pumping like a rock concert to the muscles. Why, you ask? Because it's gearing us up to either fight that dragon or hightail it for the hills. This mostly happens without us even noticing, leaving us feeling flushed, tense, or dizzy before we've clocked what's going on. Surprise! But wait, this little survival system doesn't come without a downside. If fear lingers longer than your last pizza delivery, your blood pressure can remain high permanently. No one wants to be stuck in that perpetual hamster wheel of stress. Thankfully, activities that coddle our subconscious, like meditation, listening to our jam, or sharing belly laughs, can help crank those numbers down naturally. Sweet relief. And let's add some flair to this whole blood pressure business. It's not merely a bland medical statistic, but an emotional barometer of our life. Our feelings sculpt our physiology, creating a masterpiece that showcases how intricately our mind and body are entwined like spaghetti and meatballs. If you will, this bond runs deep and is essential to understanding how we function every day. Now, let's talk about those curious little goosebumps. They're like tiny superheroes, triggered by subconscious fear signals. You know when you watch a scary movie and suddenly feel the hair on your arms stand up? That's the subconscious flexing its muscles, literally. These goosebumps are tiny muscles pulling at hair follicles, a reflex we inherited from our furry ancestors, who needed to look fierce or stay warm back in the day. In modern life, we don't exactly need goosebumps to appear larger than life. But hey, who doesn't enjoy a dramatic shiver? Whether it's a chilling piece of music or a breathtaking view, something can spark that age-old reflex. It's fascinating that our subconscious responds before we've even consciously recognized our emotions. A delightful little cue for our feelings. And speaking of our subconscious being the ultimate makeover artist, let's shine a light on its nighttime hustle while we're basking in dreamland. The subconscious becomes a workaholic archivist. It's sorting through our daily shenanigans, strengthening memories, and making sure we've retained the crucial bits. That's right, every remarkable or cringe-worthy moment is getting intently reviewed while we snooze. Plus, that musical riff you've been practicing or the new language word that slipped out, it's all getting a refresh in the subconscious workshop. This nightly replay fabricates the solid foundation we need for skills to stick like glue. It's as if your subconscious is throwing a slumber party for your memories. Everyone's invited, and the focus is on what matters most. Emotional experiences. They're the VIPs of this nightly consolidation event, ensuring those significant life lessons don't just vanish into the ether. It's a beautiful, choreographed dance of memories that knits together both our past and present, reflecting how our subconscious operates behind the scenes, giving life a richer, vibrant tapestry, complete with the occasional goosebumps. Every night, while we blissfully dream away, our subconscious becomes the ultimate unsung hero, tirelessly organizing the clutter of our memories. It's like a ninja librarian, stealthily navigating through the stacks of our experiences, deciding which memories get the platinum shelf treatment and which ones are tossed into the discard pile. Meanwhile, if we miss out on our beauty sleep, that memory library might as well be a tornado zone, with knowledge tossed about and completely scrambled. Imagine trying to remember how to ride a bike after a few sleepless nights. You might just end up with memories of crumpled up cereal boxes and the cat sneaking up on you. Sleep deprivation plays hide and seek with our memories, leaving us feeling like knowledge is slipping through our fingers, while our subconscious is hoarding little gems of learning, waiting for us to take a snooze. So next time you hit the sack, it's like sending your subconscious to a night shift conference on memory management. Ever feel like time is playing tricks on you? When you're checking the clock during a bad meeting, each tick feels like a mini ice age. But when you're having the time of your life at a party, those hours just vanish in a puff of glitter and laughter. That's our clever subconscious at work again, deciding what stays stuck in our minds. Like that embarrassing dance move and what slips off into the void. It's basically the magician of our mental clocks. Picture this, a summer filled with endless play, popsicles, and carefree laughter during childhood feels like an epic saga, while adulthood zips by like it's on roller skates, all thanks to the marvelous way our subconscious encodes experiences. The boring stuff, ZZZ, compressed to a blur, but bring on the thrill ride. You'll remember that roller coasters every loop and dive. Cue the confetti, because novelty is the life of memory's party. Time is not just a ticking clock before the next Zoom meeting. It's a beautifully constructed tapestry, delicately woven by emotions. When excitement hits, it expands those moments into delightful panoramas, making time feel elastic. Fear, on the other hand, can stretch a split second into an outrageous infinity, leaving you gasping, and the subconscious just laughs, crafting the narratives that govern how we live these time-bending experiences. Got a feeling but can't quite put a finger on it? Fear not, our subconscious is way ahead of us, already cranking emotional responses into full gear, like that awkward moment when you trip over nothing and your body is sending signals faster than your conscious brain can register. The moment you notice those flushed cheeks or that frantic heart rate, your subconscious has already declared an emotional emergency circa 1 second ago. Tools like this ensure we react faster than a cat to a laser pointer. And let's talk about those pesky feelings. They are like surprise guests who show up uninvited to the party in your brain. Before you even know you're feeling angry or giddy, your body is doing the cha-cha, giving clues that would put Sherlock Holmes to shame. It triggers a physical reaction while your mind is left scrambling to catch up. Hence, why controlling emotions can feel like herding cats. Just look at that one time you said fine when you really wanted to yell. This is unacceptable. In the grand scheme of things, our subconscious is like an impressionist painter, splashing colors and moods on the canvas of memory and time. What may seem like a drab hour is transformed into a vibrant narrative, filled with whimsy and wonder. Depending on how engaged we are, emotion, novelty, and acute attention are the brushes it uses to craft our most precious recollections. The chaos may be internal, but boy, does it express itself gloriously. Ever catch those fleeting moments where your brain seems to take a snooze while your eyes are wide open? Welcome to the world of micro-dreams, my friend. Yeah, they're those split-second flashes of bizarre imagery that pop up when you're really tired, like blinking while driving, and suddenly you're racing chariots with unicorns. Talk about a wild ride. The subconscious is always on the hustle, dreaming up a storm, even in the briefest moments. But what's the deal with these pint-sized daydreams? Well, think of them as your brain's snack-sized creations when it's too fatigued for a full-blown slumber buffet. Those snippets of surrealism showcase just how powerful our mind is. A tired student might find themselves picturing flying tacos during a long lecture, all while their consciousness is just trying to stay awake. Oops, sorry, Professor. Now, let's roll into the deep waters of subconscious therapy. It's not just about snoozing and dreaming. Traumatic experiences sneak into the hidden mind like ninjas, camouflaged as raw emotions and sensory fragments. And boy, do they have a knack for triggering sudden panic or those cringe-inducing flashbacks at the most inconvenient times. It's like a horror movie coming to life when you least expect it. Yikes. So, how do we tackle these shadowy ninjas? Enter therapies like EMDR and guided imagery. These techniques don't mess around, they go right for the subconscious, showing it that the danger zone is closed for business. It's all about giving the hidden mind a gentle nudge to dust off those old memories and refile them, minus the emotional chaos. Imagine your memories getting a sweet upgrade. Let's face it, our clever subconscious isn't convinced by logical arguments. Nope, it thrives on rhythm and repetition, total dance party mode. Wrap it in a catchy jingle, and you can bet your brain will remember it more than any boring OL textbook explanation. Who would have thought emotional healing could feel like a hit song on repeat? And don't forget, this whole journey doesn't mean we erase our past. No way. It's more about reshaping how those events sit in our minds. Kind of like finding a new outfit for your favorite well-worn jeans. They still fit, but now they look a bit snazzier. It's all about loosening that subconscious grip, letting in some sunshine, and welcoming peace back into our lives. Just when you think your subconscious takes a break, it springs into action again, weaving dreams and imagery faster than a caffeinated designer at a deadline. Even in the tiniest micro-moments, it's busy at work, yearning for expression. You can picture it as an invisible artist, splashing colors and ideas, making vivid impressions that vanish as quickly as they arrive. In this whirlwind of subconscious adventures, we realize that being aware of the hidden mind's whimsical nature can lead to some pretty wild creative sparks or a much-needed wake-up call for our tired selves. So next time your eyes feel heavy and your thoughts begin to drift, embrace those flashes. Who knows what genius ideas are lurking in the chaotic beauty of your micro-dreams. Habits are like those catchy tunes you can't shake off. You hear them enough, and suddenly you're humming along. Whether it's a positive workout routine or that destructive habit of mindlessly scrolling through social media, repetition is the name of the game. Athletes perfecting their moves, musicians hitting those scales, and kids mastering words are all tapping into their subconscious, which loves a good pattern. It's like sculpting, carving grooves into the hidden mind until the new behavior sticks. Let's be real, understanding why we do things helps, but it's all talk until you put it into action. The subconscious learns best through experience, not just a theoretical lecture that puts half the audience to sleep. Every time you repeat an action, whether flawless or flubbed, you're sinking the groove deeper. Over time, this repetition becomes part of your identity, shaping who you are. It's the magic of the mind. It simply loves to learn and remember. Visualizing success is a powerful tool athletes swear by. It's like their secret weapon. While most people are out there sweating and groaning to train their bodies, athletes are also giving their subconscious a workout in the mind gym. When a golfer imagines that perfect swing or a runner sees themselves crossing the finish line, their brain lights up like a Christmas tree, mirroring real-life practice. Who knew daydreaming could enhance performance? Science backs this up. 2. Studies have shown that athletes who mix physical training with mental visualization improve at a lightning pace compared to those who only focus on the physical. Talk about a double whammy. The subconscious, in all its glory, soaks up these vivid imagined experiences, boosting confidence and coordination. It's as if it's saying, "I've got this," before the real deal even hits the stage. Imagine this: when athletes step onto the field, they often feel their bodies already know the drill, all thanks to their subconscious rehearsing the moves countless times. They've painted a mental masterpiece of success that bridges the gap between dreams and reality. So when it's time to perform, their hidden mind kicks in, pulling the strings effortlessly. Talk about a well-oiled machine. Now, let's have a chat about metaphors, the magical keys to the subconscious castle. They're not just fancy language tricks. They slide right into your brain and change the game. When someone talks about a heavy burden or a warm personality, surprise, your subconscious is vividly processing those terms, almost as if they were actual experiences. It's like poetry that packs a punch in the mind. Can you believe it? Experiments reveal that metaphors related to weight can skew how seriously someone takes a statement. Suddenly that heavy option feels like a lead balloon, while warm chatter makes people feel like they're being wrapped in a cozy blanket of trust. The subconscious is crafty. It doesn't recognize sharp lines between symbols and reality, blurring those boundaries beautifully. In the end, the subconscious is like that friend who picks up on everything but never forgets. It doesn't just play along with our reviews and reflections. It learns from our interactions and experiences, processing them as if they were real. So whether it's nailing a sport, mastering an instrument, or finding the right words, repetition, along with some clever metaphorical magic, is the key to unlocking the potential that sits quietly in our minds, waiting to shine. Stories and poetry have a magical way of shaking hands with our emotions while offering up a side of physiological reactions. Like an ice cream sundae with extra toppings, they skirt past the logical part of our brains and plunge right into the enigmatic depths of our subconscious. Metaphor becomes the charming ambassador between our thoughts and feelings, helping us grab experiences as though words were simply painting the world in vibrant colors. Our bodies are like secret agents, gathering intel from the unspoken world around us. Most of what we glean from our interactions is cooked up in the silent kitchen of the subconscious. Posture, gestures, tone, those tantalizingly subtle expressions, these powerful signals spill meaning faster than a burst water balloon. A grin that lights up the eyes, a clenched jaw, or even crossed arms. Our modern minds decode these emotions before we've even had a chance to tread the waters of conscious thought. Have you ever felt someone's mood shift without a single word spoken? That's your subconscious working its magic, picking up on tiny details like a detective with a magnifying glass. It pieces together impressions of trust, openness, or potential threat, guiding our reactions with all the finesse of a cat burglar sneaking through a dark alley. Meanwhile, we're left scratching our heads, pondering, how did I know that? It's almost like your subconscious is socially savvy, orchestrating connections and understanding like a backstage crew at a rock concert. The big show might be conscious reasoning, but the true star of the performance is that ever-resourceful hidden mind, quietly making judgments and forming connections while we're still attempting to tie our shoes. Talk about multitasking. The art of prediction. Our subconscious behaves like a psychic friend who knows what someone is about to do before they even realize it themselves. A simple weight shift, a flick of the eyes, or a tiny muscle twitch can reveal so much. These signals cascade through our minds, transforming into anticipatory thoughts that allow us to seamlessly navigate life's dance floor without stepping on too many toes or worse, tripping over our own. For athletes, this predictive power is like having a cheat code in a video game. They read their opponent's movements almost before they happen, channeling inner psychic vibes that would make a fortune teller jealous. But it's not just the elite athletes who benefit. We're all privy to this anticipation in daily life. It's that uncanny moment when you sidestep a rude passerby or predict your friend's next word before they even utter it. While our conscious mind often arrives fashionably late to the event, strutting in with the story of what just went down, our subconscious has already pulled off an incredible performance. It's not just a reactive mastermind, it's a proactive genius. It sets us up for success and hilarity before we even realize life is throwing a curveball our way. Group dynamics and conformity are no exceptions in this glorious mess of social intelligence. Our subconscious signals reverberate through the crowds, nudging us to align with one another, often as subtly as a cat meowing for dinner. This unspoken communication weaves a web of harmony or conformity, transforming individual thoughts into collective behavior with the elegance of a synchronized swimming team. So, here's to the unseen brilliance of our subconscious. It's not just lurking in the shadows, it's actively cultivating connections, predicting our next step, and making everyday socialization smoother than a perfectly blended smoothie. Who knew that behind our polite smiles and small talk lay such astute observation and clever anticipation? It's like we have a personal interpreter hidden deep within, guiding us through the delightful chaos of human interaction. Humans are social butterflies, fluttering about in search of their tribe. Our subconscious is like an eager puppy, always sniffing around for belonging and connection. This little internal sidekick nudges us to change our behavior, adjust our attitudes, and sometimes even mimic the quirkiest postures of those around us. Think of it as a sophisticated game of charades, but without the board. It's as if we've got invisible strings pulling us together, creating a unified chorus of laughter and agreement, whether we've actually thought it through or not. Imagine a wild party where laughter erupts. It's more infectious than the latest dance craze. Laughter isn't just reserved for punchlines. It can slip out at the drop of a hat, activating before we even register a reason for it. That giggle fest, it's our subconscious giving a high five to the social connection we feel, making it nearly impossible to resist. And just like that, we're reflecting laughter like we're in a funhouse mirror, trading in our sense of self for a moment of collective joy. Ever noticed how sometimes you chuckle at an awkward silence? You aren't alone in those situations. The subconscious takes over, prioritizing connection over context, showing that we sometimes value camaraderie over reason. Think of it as a quirky game show where everyone is battling for the title of best team player. The laughter binds us, serving as the social glue that makes the sometimes awkward interactions downright delightful. Our minds are like beautifully crafted sculptures, constantly shaped by the forces of the subconscious. This hidden power can shape not only our relationships, but also our decisions, especially when it comes to politics. It's a wild beast, and guess what? Fear is its favorite treat. Tapping into our deep-seated worries, political messages often play to our subconscious, leading us to favor the safety of consensus rather than the thrill of individual thought. At the ballot box, you might think you're making a rational choice, weighing pros and cons like a seasoned judge on a cooking show. But lurking beneath that calm exterior, your inner child is whispering, what if it's a dumpster fire? It's that subconscious alarm system prioritizing safety and security over clear judgment. So, while you consider the candidate's policies, your subconscious is like, choose the one who looks least likely to set the world on fire. The beauty of the subconscious lies in its ability to create unity, but sometimes it can be a party crasher. While that groupthink can feel cozy and safe, it often nudges individuality right out of the picture. Isn't it amusing how one loud opinion can make a room full of people nod in unison? Think of it as a pre-choreographed dance that nobody remembers learning, with a twist of irony thrown in, even among friends. Those subtle shifts in behavior can be remarkable. You might find yourself agreeing with your buddies' bizarre take on pineapple pizza simply because they're particularly persuasive. So, what's happening? That subconscious pull toward acceptance is doing a little cha-cha with your critical thinking. You may know it's wrong, but hey, unity feels cute in the end. It's a continuous dance of laughter, fear, and subtle shifts in our characters, influenced by the marvelous mystery of our subconscious. It's the unseen intricacy weaving through our interactions, pushing us to connect, conform, and ultimately feel part of something bigger than ourselves. So, as you navigate social spaces and political debates, remember, your subconscious might just have the driver's seat, and you're along for the roller coaster ride. Fear is like a cunning maestro, orchestrating campaigns and propaganda to play directly on our hearts rather than our heads. It sneaks past logic and tickles the subconscious, often turning political discussions into emotional roller coasters. Sure, it can unite communities with themes of protection and stability. But let's face it, those ballots sometimes reflect our deepest fears more than our reasoned thoughts. It's fascinating and a bit scary. Now, let's get colorful. Advertisers know that colors are like a secret language for our hidden minds. A splash of red can whip up feelings of urgency, while blue invites trust and a feeling of calm. Green gives us a nod toward nature and growth. Those clever marketers don't just slap color around. They orchestrate a visual symphony, hoping you'll have an emotional response before you even read a word. Talk about a shortcut to your subconscious. It's mind-blowing how quickly we size up products based on color cues. Studies show we judge brands within just a heartbeat, and those impressions shape our preferences like a perfectly molded cake. Even when we think we're being all rational, our hidden minds have likely already made up their minds. So, while you're crafting a logical argument for your favorite snack, your subconscious might be waving a flag saying, "Pick me, I'm blue and trustworthy." Let's not forget culture. Colors can whip up different associations across the globe, effortlessly weaving tales through our subconscious that we might not even fully understand. It's like an emotional buffet where each hue is a unique dish, flavoring our perceptions and choices in unseen ways. The conscious mind may try to come up with justifications later, but let's be honest, the subconscious has already been calling the shots. And what about all that background noise? Our subconscious acts like a trusty bouncer, filtering through the endless cacophony of daily life. Picture this: footsteps, machine hums, and distant chatter are all yapping away as we maintain sanity in conversations, blissfully unaware of the chaos surrounding us. Thanks to our hidden mind, we're not drowning, we're surfing the waves without even realizing it. Imagine a busy cafe, where the barista is yelling your name over the din, and you somehow hear them instantly. That's the magic of the subconscious. It takes the overwhelming noise of life and sorts it into what's silence and what's signal. Just think of it as the invisible curator of your sensory experience, crafting the calm amid everyday chaos, and always keeping an ear out for the things that matter most. Ever noticed how sometimes you wake up just before an alarm? It's not magic, it's your subconscious clock. Many folks share that uncanny knack to shake off sleep right before their planned wake-up. There's no wishful thinking here. It's a real, functioning inner clock. Your subconscious has your back, signaling the right moment for awakening, even before those annoying alarm bells start blaring. In this quirky dance of perception and subconscious influence, each moment of clarity you grasp, especially amid chaos, is a subtle gift. The world is a symphony of sights and sounds, and your hidden mind acts as the master conductor, leading you serenely through the noise. So, the next time you're engulfed in a noise storm, give a little nod to your elusive subconscious, keeping your focus, your calm, and your sanity while life plays on. When you lay your head down, your mind doesn't just drift away. It gets busy tuning into circadian rhythms and hormone cycles, like a DJ mixing the perfect sleep playlist. You might set a little bedtime intention, whispering, "Hey subconscious, wake me at exactly 7 a.m. And like a trusty alarm clock that never snoozes, the hidden mind kicks into action, adjusting cortisol levels and gently coaxing your body temperature to tell you the party's about to start. Waking up at the same hour each day creates a routine so comforting that your subconscious sets its own calendar. It becomes a master of prediction, nudging you awake like that overly enthusiastic friend who gets you out of bed for brunch. Ever traveled and found yourself waking at your usual hour? That's your subconscious working overtime, predicting your day like a seasoned weatherman, even when you're in a different time zone. Meanwhile, your conscious self floats off into dreamland, unaware that the backstage crew, your subconscious, is still right there, taking notes and keeping a tally of the hours. This vibrant little rascal isn't shutting down for the night. It's listening, watching, and making sure your instructions are followed. Talk about dedication. Sleep is more like a co-op with your mind than a complete shutdown. When childhood trauma sneaks back in during dreams, it's like an old recording playing on repeat, with faded memories and shadowy figures. The little one inside you might not have had the words for those intense experiences, so they hang out in the subconscious, waiting for the right moment to pop back up, dressed in metaphorical attire. Picture a faceless ghost, or a hallway with more dead ends than a horror movie. Spooky, right? But hold on, these dreams aren't here to haunt you. They're more like gentle nudges to get your attention. Your subconscious uses imagery and symbols that resonate with the emotional weight of those memories, acting like a stage director guiding you to confront what you've buried. It's an invitation to dance with your feelings, not a punishment, revamped and ready for a breakthrough. Seeking help to interpret these dream symbols can be a game changer. Therapies that respect dream material act like translators for the subconscious, transforming those cryptic images into digestible themes for your conscious mind. Slowly but surely, the dreamscapes soften, like a fluffy teddy bear replacing a terrifying monster under the bed. Healing becomes a comforting journey rather than a scary expedition. Now, did you know your subconscious beliefs can also carry weight when it comes to your immune system? Yup, it listens to your hopes and fears like a therapist at a coffee shop. If you're brimming with trust and a solid sense of safety, it's like giving your immune system a pep talk. You got this. Relax and fix what needs fixing. But an aura of helplessness keeps stress levels soaring high, like preparing for a roller coaster ride you definitely weren't ready for. So, while you're indulging in dreams and wrestling with feelings, your subconscious is also wearing a superhero cape, swooping in to protect and repair. It's a wild, wacky ride through the night, with layers of complexity that would put a magician to shame. Sleep may seem like a shutdown, but it's an orchestra of hidden workings. And boy, is it ever a show worth watching. Ah, the magic of belief and healing. Picture this. When you optimistically expect improvement, your brain kicks into high gear, releasing tiny messengers like personal cheerleaders for your immune system. They modulate immunity, put a damper on inflammation, and set up a healing party in your body. While these thoughts alone won't kick out infections, they create an ideal party atmosphere for your body to mend itself effectively. Cheers to optimism. Now, for the record, chronic worry doesn't give you a warm hug, it keeps your body on high alert. Imagine your body as a constantly buzzing alarm system, where stress hormones rampage around, making everything sluggish. It's like that friend who won't stop knocking over your drink at a party. So, don't feel the urge to point fingers at yourself or feeling under the weather. Instead, think of your mind and immune system as an inseparable duo having a deep chat. Rituals of care, trustworthy pals, and calming routines. They're like cozy blankets for your subconscious, teaching it that good help is always nearby. So, instead of being that fortress under siege, your body transforms into a lively workshop enthusiastically tackling repairs. It's like inviting all the best contractors to fix up everything. Knowing they've got your back, healing becomes a team sport where everyone's invited. Speaking of subconscious wonders, it's incredibly speedy. Your subconscious is like an expert photographer who captures balance and beauty. Long before your conscious mind pops up with questions, it measures symmetry, spacing, and patterns faster than you can say. Look at that beautiful sunset. That's right, it's spotting harmony vibes, proving that the good old subconscious is a real detective hunting for signs of health and stability. Artists and architects, they've got the subtext covered. They play to our subconscious love for symmetry, crafting spaces and images that seem orderly before we even digest them. And guess what? Experiments reveal that we can recognize symmetry even when the details flip by too quickly for words. Talk about fast-tracking our mental processes. It's like a visual time warp straight to an aesthetic appreciation. Feeling that sensation? That's your subconscious checking in with its nifty evaluations. If symmetry takes a little tumble, don't worry. That intriguing imbalance makes us pause and ponder. Suddenly, our conscious brain sits up to take notice, all because our hidden mind nudged it to take a second look. It's like accidentally walking into someone else's surprise party, awkward but delightful. And let's not overlook the characteristics of our subconscious surveillance. Have you ever felt a tingle when someone enters a room, or turned around just before footsteps kick up? That's your stealthy subconscious, keeping tabs on everything. It's like having a super sleuth sidekick, constantly monitoring your surroundings at a party. Peripheral vision catching all the action and highlighting even the slightest shift in your environment. Our hidden mind is ever efficient. It samples and compares tiny nuances of air, sound, and light, building an impressive library of expectations. Your conscious mind, unfortunately, gets only the summary soundtrack, the feeling that something shifted nearby. It's like the late-night news recap that touches on the drama of the day without going into every juicy detail, and we are left to wonder what's lurking in the shadows. So, next time you're feeling anxious or a little off-kilter, remember that your mind and body are in constant chatter, working together like the ultimate buddy cop duo. Lean into that positivity and care, and watch as both work in harmony to restore balance in a fabulous, almost magical manner. Life is pretty darn beautiful when you embrace the interconnected dance of your mind and body. Picture this: our ancestors were like high-level ninjas, dodging predators and navigating perilous terrains, no language required, just sheer instinct. Fast forward to today, and that same built-in sensitivity helps us navigate the chaotic symphony of bustling streets, crowded cafes, and the occasional kamikaze cyclist aiming for glory. Sure, it can serve up some false alarms, but hey, Better safe than sorry, right? A quick glance here and there is a small price to pay for staying alive. That funny, tingling feeling in your gut, that's not just insecurity. It's your subconscious going into detective mode. Think of it as a high-tech surveillance system, deciphering patterns and sending you subtle nudges like, hey, look here. This covert operative works overtime, scooping up lessons so cleverly that you may not even realize you've learned anything at all. Enter the world of implicit learning, where knowledge slips in silently while you're blissfully unaware. You might think you're just guessing the next chord in a jam session, but your brain has been logging frequencies like a diligent intern. It's the secret sauce behind how kids grasp grammar before they can even define a noun, while you're busy deciphering traffic flow like a seasoned taxi driver. Your brain is on autopilot, working behind the scenes, detecting patterns like a champ. Who knew subconscious learning could be so sneaky yet effective? A beautiful thing happens when your brain samples data broadly. Storing it like a meticulous librarian, it effortlessly identifies what's important, casually brushes aside the outliers, and processes it all into smooth, practical expectations. Conscious study can help. But let's be real, the true magic happens when the subconscious gets to play in its own sandbox. Practicing free of pressure, it's like a hidden genius waiting for the curtain to rise. Now, throw in a little pressure, and bam, knowledge surfaces with effortless grace. You find just the right word in conversation, hit that high note in your favorite song, or execute that perfect spin on the dance floor, all thanks to your brain's backstage pass. Then, almost comically, your conscious mind scrambles to whip up a narrative about how you pulled it off, as if you'd had it all planned out. And let's not forget how your subconscious acts as an ultra-vigilant bouncer, keeping distractions at bay. Imagine reading a thrilling novel while your subconscious mutes the cacophony of the outside world. It turns down the chit-chat, dims the quirky neighbor's antics, and muzzles your internal monologue. It's like training a puppy to ignore distractions, except this puppy is super smart and always on the job. But hold on to your hats. The moment something grabs your attention like a loud crash or someone whispering your name, the hidden mind flicks that awareness switch like a pro. Suddenly, you're hyper-aware of your ready to react while your conscious mind tries to catch up. It's a constant dance of focus and alertness, with your subconscious calling all the shots behind the curtain. Sure, we could all use some conscious diligence, but let's give credit where credit is due. Our subconscious is indeed a master of multitasking, balancing concentration like a world-class juggler. It's always weighing the importance of the information it gathers, sifting out noise when it can, but amplifying significant moments right when they're needed most. Talk about a dynamic duo of brain power. With a little bit of practice, the gate guarding your focus starts to flex its muscles, much like a gym rat who's been lifting weights for weeks. Engaging in rituals, having your favorite workspace, and responding to the familiar clinks of coffee mugs signals your subconscious when it's time to buckle down. However, throw in chronic stress, and that gate becomes as loose as a pair of old jeans, letting distractions flow in like a tidal wave. This is where a simple walk or a full-bodied breath can be your secret weapon. Moments of peace hit refresh on your brain, allowing clarity to re-emerge from the chaos. It's like a reset button for your mental guard. So, the next time you're feeling a bit scattered, remember, focus isn't just about willpower. It's about having a silent partner who's always on guard, filtering out the noise before it even reaches your conscious mind. Imagine the backstage magic when you speak. That clever subconscious of yours is working overtime, sifting through words at lightning speed before they even reach your mouth. Context, audience, goals. It's got those sorted out faster than your favorite barista can whip up a latte. The right words show up without you even trying. Idioms perfect for the occasion pop up like magic, and softer terms elegantly swoop in to replace the more confrontational ones, like a stealthy ninja wordsmith. How does this sorcery work? Well, think of it as a vast library of experiences and phrases constantly on hand. Your subconscious takes a stroll down memory lane, pulling from overheard chats, articles devoured, and nuanced tones absorbed. It's truly in tune, listening to every eyebrow raise or casual smile that suggests a needed adjustment in the conversation. You feel like a fluent speaker, while your hidden mind pulls the strings behind the curtain, ensuring your words dance with rhythm and meaning. Every now and then, the process stumbles like stepping on your shoelace mid-stride. Suddenly, a rogue word leaps out, spilling secrets you didn't mean to share. Most of the time, however, It's a seamless collaboration between your conscious thoughts and that stealthy subconscious, creating a flow so enchanting you'd swear you were a professional speaker. Intuition is another delightful bonus from this mind magic. Ever notice how a firefighter might suddenly decide to retreat from a seemingly harmless room, or how a doctor adjusts a test without any textbook backup? Yes, it seems almost mystical, but it really boils down to the results of well-trained pattern libraries that our brains have been cataloging since forever. Your subconscious has stored thousands of moments, potential outcomes, and tiny, barely noticeable cues, a shift in temperature, a patient's subtle tone, or a pawn's slight relocation on a chessboard. These all take residence in your mind, ready to explode into rapid instinctive judgments. Intuition, then, isn't some grand esoteric power. It's merely that mental compression working in your favor. What's fabulous about this process is how quick it is. You often get the answer before you even have time to think it through. The feeling of knowing just pulls up that instinctive awareness, and before you know it, you have a gut feeling, rationalization trailing behind like an overzealous second-place racer. So the next time your intuition kicks in, don't ignore it. Give a little nod to the unseen superhero inside you, diligently working to keep you on your toes. Intuition is like that friend who always seems to know what to say at the right moment, but you've got to lend an ear. Just like a fine wine, it only gets better with age. By absorbing feedback and confirmations through experience, your inner compass becomes less wobbly and more reliable. So, treat that inner voice as a wise colleague. Listen, double-check, and refine. In time, that unassuming whisper could save you precious minutes or even a whole life. Hunger, the sneaky little gremlin that sometimes growls when you least expect it. But it's not just a simple pang. Oh no, it's your body's intricate messaging system sending you a friendly nudge. Think about it. A little maestro called the hypothalamus orchestrates blood sugar levels, gut hormones, and stretch receptors, creating a harmonious urge to keep you well fed. How's that for a culinary conductor? Your subconscious is quite the strategist too. It keeps tabs on all those learned cues, the clock ticking for lunch, the tantalizing aroma from a cafe nearby, or just a peek at the menu that makes your mouth water. Sometimes it sends cravings your way, even when your belly's happy. It's like a hyperactive playlist filled with reminders to eat, especially when stress and sleepless nights mess with the signals, making you crave quick energy like a squirrel after a power bar. Understanding what triggers this craving frenzy can be a game changer for self-care. Imagine seeing hunger as your body's aid, rather than an annoying alarm clock. Maintaining a routine of regular meals packed with satisfying nutrients trains your subconscious to realize food is like a trusty friend, always ready to help. When hunger strikes, it's more of a gentle tap on the shoulder than an emergency siren. And let's not forget cravings. They can be your body's inner voice, demanding attention for specific nutrient needs. Sometimes, it's not just advertising trying to warp your mind. It's genuine. Have you ever felt a strong urge for salty snacks post-gym? That's your body shouting for sodium after sweating buckets, or pining for citrus when hydration is flagging little signals wrapped in delicious flavor. After a tough workout, your hidden mind might just start yearning for protein-rich delights. It's like your body has its own gourmet restaurant, where every dish is tailored to mend what's fallen short. But modern ultra-processed foods throw a wrench into these natural cravings by exploding flavors while skimping on nutrients, leading to a wild chase for satisfaction that ends in disappointment. In this chaotic food maze, achieving balance can feel like trying to tame a wild beast. However, a gentle structure, with balanced meals and consistent timing, can recalibrate your cravings. Coupled with mindful enjoyment, you can teach that clever subconscious of yours what true satisfaction feels like, because nothing's worse than chasing flavors that lead nowhere, right? So the next time a craving hits, pause, listen, and reflect. Is it just the bright packaging tempting you? Or is there a genuine nutritional need lurking behind that urge? With a little practice and kindness, you can cultivate a symphony between your cravings and your internal compass, creating a delicious dialogue that nourishes both body and soul. As time marches on, the subconscious turns into a super counselor, subtly nudging us towards what truly fills our cups, rather than the stuff that merely keeps our minds busy. Behind every whim, there's a mini negotiation happening, and if we take a moment to listen, it starts to spill the tea on what it really wants. It turns into this wise sage, no longer just asking for that donut which gives a sugar rush. But wait, Stress is the sneaky villain in the saga of memory. When our charming little subconscious detects danger, it hunkers down and decides survival is its only mission. Cue the stress hormones. They swoop in like flashy superheroes, sharpening our focus. However, in this chaotic state, they also wreak havoc on the hippocampus, the brain's organizational wizard responsible for memory recall. Yep, suddenly, the right answer feels like it's playing hide and seek, with no intention of coming out. Think about it. During exams, on stage, or in those all too familiar, awkward conversations, all the knowledge just seems to vanish behind a stubborn door. It's infuriating, especially when you know the information is lurking just out of reach. Most of the time, the key to unlocking it is stress itself. Chronic tension turns our attention into slippery soap, making details escape like they're on a mission. So, what's the ultimate remedy for this chaos? Well, it all starts before we hit the panic button. Rehearsing under pressure, deepening those exhales, and establishing comforting routines can do wonders. These actions whisper to the subconscious that the next big moment, whether it's a meeting or a spotlight show, doesn't involve a tiger ready to pounce. When it senses less threat, our diligent librarian finally gets back to work, restoring order to those chaotic shelves. Memory isn't just about storage. It's more like a reliable buddy that feels secure enough to fetch what we want. However, let's not ignore a little fact. Sometimes our past haunts us. A certain traumatic sound can embed itself in the subconscious, like an unwanted party guest. The nervous system labels specific sounds as urgent business, thanks to their association with moments of high drama. Think of a slammed door during an epic showdown or a wailing siren on a nerve-wracking night. Those are memory landmines. But here's the twist. Years later, that same sound can pull us back in time, heart racing and muscles tensed, even in a peaceful present. It's just our body doing its overzealous protecting thing. Enter desensitization methods, where creative minds like Ari come in. By pairing jarring sounds with calm settings, slow breathing, and a soundtrack of soothing tunes, the body learns a new version of the story. Gradually, those alarm bells become less blaring as we loosen their tight grip over us. And let's celebrate childhood praise. It's another wonderful thread. The sweet compliments kids receive about their efforts, kindness, and capabilities don't just float away into the ether. Nope, they cement into our self-belief systems like the icing on a cake. Praise focused on strategy and perseverance teaches the subconscious that growth is not just a dream, but a reality within reach. It's as if each compliment is a little booster shot for confidence, propelling them forward into the wild adventures of life. Words can be a double-edged sword, right? When all the praise goes to sheer talent, those pesky fears of making a mistake creep in like an uninvited guest. On the flip side, while warmth and encouragement can snuggle up with self-worth, constant criticism is like that relentless rain cloud of doubt hanging overhead. And guess what? As adults, those whispers from our past can still echo like a catchy tune you can't shake off. Isn't it wild that even as we grow up, we often hear voices from our childhood? It's like having a broken record stuck in your head, with one part cheering you on and another insisting you hide under a rock. But here's a silver lining. You can rewrite the script. With consistent self-affirmation tied to real achievements, you can give yourself a much-needed mental makeover. Mix in some trusty mentors flipping the motivational switch, and you're dancing to a new beat. The power of your internal narrative is nothing short of magical. Just picture it. The story you tell yourself shapes the reality you live in. Sounds deep, right? With patience, the hidden storyteller inside can switch gears from an anxious narrator to a cool, calm, and collected one. You'll be capable, eternally curious, and always ready to shake off the dust and give things another shot. Because why not? Now, let's talk about body language. It's like our subconscious waving a flag while we're busy chatting away. Words are sneaky, often escaping our lips. While our body might not be reading the same script, those awkward micro-expressions, they're like the sneaky peekaboo costs of honesty, a smile that misses the eyes, or a shoulder shrug that screams retreat. These are the little secrets our bodies can't help but leak out when our words are on a different wavelength. Don't let those tiny tells fool you though. Skilled interviewers aren't just hunting for lone indicators of deception. They're like detectives, piecing together a whole puzzle. They check for the norm and see when the waters start to ripple. It's all about leaning into understanding rather than playing the blame game. After all, Those whispers often signal discomfort or a slight panic over spinning a tale that just doesn't come naturally. Here's a fun fact. Your subconscious loves to manage multitasking. Just like a pro juggler at a circus, when you drive on autopilot, your mind relaxes into procedural memory, smoothing out the bumps of reality. Think about it. Mirror, check, signal, merge. These steps become second nature, allowing you the mental space to plan lunch, belt your favorite tune, or ponder whether that shirt you love still fits. But, oh boy, the same automation that helps you cruise through life can also turn into a curveball when surprise strikes. Imagine you're just cruising along, trusting that autopilot, when out of nowhere, the brake lights start flashing like a disco ball. Your subconscious kicks in. From caring about that pedestrian on their phone to spotting a cyclist zooming past. Talk about staying alert. Every unexpected moment is like a reminder from your inner watcher to pay attention. It's a wild ride. This subconsciously led existence, the hidden system keeps its eyes peeled for disturbances in the flow, scanning your environment while you bob your head to the tunes because let's face it, surprises can be thrilling, yet a tad pesky too. Buckle your seatbelt. Life's long drive is filled with twists, turns, and occasional detours. When something new and exciting drops into our lives, it's like pulling a slingshot and letting the rubber band snap. Our attention zings back with a jolt, leaving the autopilot settings of our brain to gather dust. You see, autopilot isn't a ticket to sleep, it's a craft of expert maneuvering. The trick is pairing our routines with relaxation and keeping distractions on a tight leash. Mix things up before dullness turns us into nodding zombies. The best driver in our cerebral car isn't purely instinctive, but has a keen brain ready to spring into action when needed. Ever heard of sleep paralysis? Buckle up. It's linked to our subconscious doing a sleepy backpacking trip in REM land. While dreaming, our brain has a safety feature that locks down our muscles to prevent us from crashing our midnight soirees into reality. Sometimes, though, that lock can glitch, and voila, you're awake with zero ability to budge. Imagine cocktails of vivid imagery and startling sensations while you're stuck in bed like a frozen statue. Cultures worldwide have coined spooky names for these nighttime visitors, which have haunted our dreams for centuries. But look out, this eerie phenomenon is rooted in our very biology, as sleep paralysis arises from dreams transitioning back to reality, leaving our bodies momentarily halted by a mischievous mix-up. Now, how to tackle this creeping fear? First, cultivate gentle bedtime routines as soothing as warm chocolate chip cookies. We can reduce stress and steer clear of sudden wake-ups that can mess with our blissful slumber. When it does strike, focus on your exhales and the tiniest of movements. Wiggle a finger, or your toe could be your secret weapon, reassuring your mind, this too shall pass. Believe me, it always will. On a related note, ever felt a chill run down your spine? That's your subconscious sneaking in an exclamation point. It's the brain's way of saying, hey, attention please. Perhaps it heard an eerie silence in a dim hallway or a chord played just oh so right, igniting an electric thrill just beneath your skin. Look out, because this shiver can come from beauty, grief, or even a good scare. The brain's instant reaction is like a roller coaster of emotions zooming through its neural pathways. Your subconscious is like a diligent office worker, prioritizing meaning over mundane explanations when it spots something noteworthy. So the next time you shiver and say, that gave me chills, just know that your subconscious was just sending a quick memo to your body. Hey, something cool just happened. Don't sleep on it. What's more, our minds are constantly drawing connections between the now and what's happened before. Imagine our subconscious like an intricate spam filter for our experiences, tirelessly sifting through memories to find patterns. Every moment captures our past encounters, pulled into a quiet algorithm where every sight, sound, and sensation aligns to create our unique tapestry of perception. So, instead of dismissing those delightful little chills, let them be a precursor to adventure. Those goosebumps are brainwaves asking us to pay attention. Let's take a moment to appreciate when our subconscious is waving the flag, reminding us that something significant is happening right here, right now, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary in the dance of life. Attention to our feelings may just unveil the joys that are hanging just below the surface. The subconscious is like a meticulous librarian who has collected countless voices, faces, and memories in its vast archive. It's not just a passive organizer, it's on constant alert, matching every new experience against its treasure trove. That warm smile, it's echoing a beloved teacher, while that sharp tone drags along memories of a boss that could give anyone a migraine. When nostalgia washes over like a summer breeze, you know those associations can be a comfort or a caution. Think of the subconscious as a protective ninja, silently assessing the vibe of every situation. When it senses safety, it releases a warm wave of ease without waiting for you to react. But bring a whiff of danger, and it's like your inner alarm system is on high alert. The dangerous part, sometimes it gets a little too comfy in old grooves, making you react to the present as if it's a blast from the past. Like, hello, it's not that bad anymore. Oh, but wait. To escape those well-worn paths, all you need is to notice when your subconscious is having a little tantrum about past traumas. This feels like that, but it's not that. Moments of awareness can be game changers. New experiences come strutting onto your stage, loudly contradicting old scripts. With each contradiction, like a mental makeover, your subconscious starts to update itself. Boom. Fresh data allows life to surprise you again. The amazing thing about this process is that your subconscious doesn't clock out when you do. It's like that friend who keeps bringing you snacks, even when you're too engrossed in your Netflix binge. When you're off wandering or even stuck in the shower, your subconscious is busy organizing ideas, finding solutions that pop up, like popcorn when you least expect it. It's working while you're losing track of time. And that blissful slumber, truly the subconscious's playground. While you're off dreaming, your mind is consolidating skills and memories like an overzealous event planner organizing. They're party tricks for the following day. Journaling, forget it. This brain is taking care of business while you drift away into dreamland. Every bit of background noise, music, chit-chat, or even the sound of the kettle can turn into a surprise dose of fluency later. Bang for your mental buck. If you've ever felt stuck on a problem, stepping away can work wonders. It's as if you're giving your mind a mini vacation by letting the hidden intelligence take the reins. You create space for fresh insights that seem to pop out of thin air. And let's not forget the importance of kindness to yourself. Trusting your quirky subconscious as it digs through its resources can transform your problem-solving experience from drudgery to a creative adventure. In our whimsical journey, we've dived deep into the layers of the subconscious, where the patterns of memory, those sneaky instincts, and body rhythms are busy at work. It's like a behind-the-scenes look at the factory of the mind. So while you're kicking back right now, just know this inner worker bee is tirelessly evaluating experiences, balancing your emotional weight, and turning today's mishaps into tomorrow's wisdom. So, as your day winds down, embrace the fact that your subconscious is the loyal sidekick you never knew you needed. It's attending to the details, processing millions of thoughts, and ensuring your conscious mind can take a well-earned break. If you're feeling cozy and your eyelids are getting heavy, let the gentle arms of slumber wrap you up. Let your subconscious do its magic while you drift into dreamland. Sweet dreams and good night.